that you keep going over the PPP thing, it sounds like you're suggesting, hey, listen, if you've done anything illegal, you might want to, go ahead and. I'm just trying to figure out why you keep repeating.
I'm just saying.
I don't know why you're doubling down on tripling down.
The reason why I'm speaking of it, when ICE and these people come through these neighborhoods and they grab people that some of us may or may not think that they're not supposed to get snatched up, caught up in shit, right? Now, this is an explanation of the shit hitting the fan. This is kind of I'm only explaining that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because people are gonna get caught up like a twig in a tornado, and you're gonna wonder why, right? And this is what I'm saying. I'm explaining the why. I'm not trying to take a stance on any particular thing. I'm just bringing news, right? And it's trying to explain. Okay, somebody talked about deportation and this, that, and the third, and this is something else.
And a few other people's vote would have voted. We could be avoiding this conversation altogether. What do you think about that?
Okay, I'm thinking about, the milk is spilled. Now what? Like that, now they're at your door. What we're going to do now?
Right, that's what I was asking you. What are we going to do? Hey, Lisa, did you want to eat something, Lisa? At
the points of these people, at the point of the government troops being at your door, you need to have your affairs in order. A citizen of the United States is a corporate citizen.
What does that mean? Do I have my affairs in order? What do I need? A gun? I need my birth certificate in my pocket. Maybe my
passport.
I need my electric bill.
Right. Because they're gonna be on their situation like papers, please, right? Right. I mean, people gonna need to, right? Because they're gonna be separating the wheat from the chaff. They're gonna be seeing who's and what's what.
What does that mean? My cable
all I'm saying
bill?
is,
Like, I gotta pay my Spotify?
Listen, we can go ahead and we can go ahead and we can joke, make light of this.
What does that mean, affairs in order? Like, for real? What does that mean?
Well, he brought up a good point about the white-collar crime, Scotty. I think that's important to mention, hey, pay off that PPP loan or stop.
I mean, right, because not only that, they're coming after everybody. If you look at these categories, they're pretty much coming after anybody that's criming, that's scamming, that's doing anything. Exactly, and I'm law-abiding.
Yeah, me too. I don't
have to say I'm law-abiding.
I've never been arrested.
Gun owner.
I've never
been
committed
into that.
a crime.
I'm a
I've
veteran.
never stolen from a fish from a aquarium store. I've never done anything like that. I've never taken anything out of Best Buy.
All I'm saying is that this might not. It doesn't affect me, but this might affect somebody that you know.
No, I've never been
This is just news. It's just.
I'm glad you brought this to us. I'm serious. I'm glad you brought that to our attention, and I'm going to find what he's talking about, but I'm going to get it to where the goats can understand it, because
it's right in the chat. I mean, it's right.
No.
She's driving.
Lisa, can I explain the important part that he posted? I mean, there's 10 points, like he was saying, but the last one is the one that actually matters, which basically says, we will do, let me just read it, okay, because this is the only one that matters. Any other cases referred to the civil division that the division determines to be sufficiently important to pursue, which essentially means we will do whatever the fuck we want to do, and we will just, if we want to prosecute you, we'll prosecute you, and that's the end of that. Like, that's basically
that's my point.
That's the summary of the whole fucking document.
That's the summary right there.
Yeah. Well,
Thank you. Exactly.
Remember that he's saying that what happens is denaturalization. So that's really important.
Yeah, so I think the thing is that they're deliberately targeting naturalized citizens. Typically what they do is, like, if except your citizenship was gotten by fraud, Once you get your citizenship, they don't bother you anymore. Once you commit a crime, they treat you like an American citizen. They send you to jail or whatever the sentence is. That's what they do. But now, what the
document is saying.
Hold on, let me finish. But now, what they want to start doing now is that once you have naturalized as an American citizen and you commit some kind of crimes, which he has read out, and according to what God pointed out, basically saying anything they claim they want to investigate, they will now denaturalize you, then sentence you, and then deport you. It's what they want to start doing now. So before you go have like, okay, I'm an American citizen, I did something, I'll be sent to jail, and I'll be left alone. But now they're going to denaturalize the person and then deport the person. I think the main target of this is actually the Palestinian guys that were protesting, the whole protest against Israel. I'm just thinking that those are their major targets, because like a lot of them like came in and had green cards and then became citizens. So what they want to do now is say that these guys are a threat to national security, so they should be denaturalized and then deported. That's just me thinking out for that part.
But we knew this was coming. We're gonna have to find a way to get some of y'all up out of here. You know, they're gonna try to find a way.
Thank you,
And it's
Uncle.
interesting how they added PPP. Yes, thank you, Uncle. And it's interesting how they took that one particular crime and added it, because you know what was happening during the PPP. I didn't get none of that money, but anyway, don't do crimes, you guys. Bottom line, we've been saying that for years, for decades.
They're going to make you a criminal. Don't worry about it.
But now they're gonna say
Whatever they say is a crime. It's gonna be.
Lisa, easy on Nigeria.
You come to Nigeria? Is that what you just said?
No, I said go easy on the Nigerians. You're talking about PPP loans.
Oh, hell, I didn't know y'all. Hey, you done just told. I didn't know nothing about that part. I didn't know nothing about that part. You done just told. Exactly. But,
I'm gonna need them to make a bear Alcatraz, because I won't survive no alligator Alcatraz. Okay, I can do the cold. I can't do Florida and them bugs. Okay, I'm gonna just turn myself in now for bear Alcatraz.
Well, first, and then another thing too, all you guys who be bragging about, you gonna get set down. Not this time. You think you're gonna get set down so you can go lift weights in the yard, get your jailhouse law degree, all that kind of shit that you guys do when you go to prison. You know what I'm saying? Come on, y'all. Come here.
Get swole.
Yeah, get swole. Some of you felons come up and let's talk about it. Even you misdemeanors, because now you guys are y'all on your way. No, they gonna be. Did you just hear this man? They gonna lose.
Not misdemeanors.
Yo,
Come on up, misdemeanors. Come on up. Moving on, misdemeanors.
And that's why the title.
Spit on the sidewalk. We want to talk to.
And that's why the title. And that's why the title of the 420 tonight is Nobody. I should have spelled is with a Z. Nobody is safe.
That's why, yeah.
Is it no one?
Nobody.
Should it be? No, we gotta speak like I gotta speak like like I'm supposed to.
I got it.
Exactly.
Nobody.
Is the IZ. Yeah, I need to change that, because y'all the hallway don't understand. Nobody.
That's a fact.
Y'all heard my English language. We're
That's a fact.
That's all right though. But it's a little bit scary. It's a little bit scary. Go ahead.
So let me just say this. You have a MAGA friend. Ping him in. Ping in a MAGA friend. Call him
MAGA
in.
friend is
Phone
an
in a friend.
oxymoron.
Okay. A MAGA friend adjacent.
It's almost like Black Daddy. Yeah, but yeah.
Black friend adjacent. I pinged my MAGA friends in. I don't know if they're able to come in because you guys
That was
scared them
a
off.
joke, y'all.
And I got more MAGA friends than all y'all, but y'all have broken up my friendship and destroyed my happy home. My happy home. So I'm trying to, but they all sitting out, in the car, don't want to get out and come to the cookout because y'all are just, every time they come in, y'all just complaining about the potato salad because it got a little Bacardi in it. We're complaining about the,
So you're
no, when you,
I see,
Yeah,
not the
these are
Bacardi and the
correct,
potato salad. Child, stop. Okay, yeah, I do collect MAGAs. So let me start pinging. Let me go to the back and start pinging people in. So CEO, good to see you. Happy Friday, Friday Night Lights.
Hey, wait, can I post something? This is about the flood, though, because Trump was there earlier. Did you play this?
Fuck Trump. Look, you know, CEO, he is, but see, I want to ask CEO, hold on for a second, because I don't want us to go any further until we ask CEO if he paid off his PPP loan, because he obviously don't know what's going on, because he got his in deferment. CEO, did you just hear?
What happened? No, what's going on?
Somebody break it back down for CEO. Let's hear his opinion of what's getting ready to happen to all you guys who got your PP loans in default and deferment. Go ahead.
You about to get deported, homeboy. You gonna get deported.
Oh, my PPP loan's good to go, so I'm good.
No.
Paid off, balance done.
You gonna, we'll see.
You got the remittance
ago.
papers? Oh, okay. All right. I hope he get his
You already
receipt.
called the
Because
line on you.
You better
Yeah,
get
you're
a
not
letter of
white,
understanding.
Theo.
I've got that. I'm good.
okay, so can somebody on the stage explain to CEO what we just spoke on? Because I would just like to hear what CEO thinks about this. Because this is something that he's CEO on this particular issue is going to have a good rhetoric. Go ahead. Somebody please break it down. I'm still driving. I'm 12 minutes out of my house.
Let me try. CEO, are you a naturalized citizen?
I was born in the U.S., yes.
Okay. So, okay, I think you're good. So, what do you want to do now is for...
That don't mean nothing. Whoa.
Document.
That don't mean nothing. Go ahead.
Moose. I don't know if Moose is on stage. Moose, we discussed this in Eunice's newsroom.
Yeah.
So what they want to do is they are targeting denaturalized citizens. So you naturalized, you became an American citizen, but you commit a crime. So what they want to do now is take your citizenship away and then send you to jail or sentence you, then deport you afterwards. That's what they want to do now. For denaturalized citizens, this is not doesn't affect natural born citizens. But then again, if they take away the birthright citizenship, then it now opens up a whole kind of worms and all sorts can happen. So everything is tied together, they all link together. So yeah, that's it. And
So I just want to share, so we're going after people who got a PPP loan that are not citizens, or they were naturalized citizens.
So look, if you commit a crime, the list of, I think Asaro put it in the charts, the list of crimes that they are targeted. But the last one, according to what they said, which if you translate it to simple English, it means whatever the fuck they think your crime is, or however bad they could determine your crime is bad enough for you to be deported. But one of the categories they specifically mentioned was PPP loans.
I just put it back in the chat.
But it's not, is it deported? You guys are taking your citizenship away.
Goodbye.
Right, so if you were born here, right, you could be CEO even if you were born here, even if your mama and your grandmama and your great-great-grandmama and your great-great-grandmama, y'all is on your way out of this country if you ain't paid off that fucking PPP loan.
That's right, you're gonna wait for me.
Can you believe that shit? This is getting what? See,
You what's funny?
okay, y'all need to let's take a minute. We gotta pay some magazine. I'm sorry.
Now you're in the matrix.
This
MAGA
is
friends.
crazy. Let me look down in the
I'll just go ahead and say I don't believe that it reads that way. That sounds crazy. That sounds way too crazy.
See,
I just put it in the chat, brother. I just put it in the chat. Go ahead, go.
All right, I'll take a look.
is wild.
Scroll down to number 5, and you begin to read. There you go.
I got some more breaking news if you're ready.
Okay, so we got, hold on. We have, oh, he left. Where's the young man? Oh, he left. Okay, go ahead. He left already.
My bad. Okay, check it. It's unaccompanied illegal minors found in the California marijuana facility from yesterday during the raid. According to reports, this is from WorldStar. During a marijuana farm raid in California, federal agents discovered 10 undocumented minors, 8 of them unaccompanied. Authorities have launched a child labor investigation. This is Newsom's California, said CBP Commissioner Rodney Scott.
Here we go.
Well, guess what? The owner of that farm, he getting deported.
Yeah, with the child. Yeah, here we go.
He's white. He going away from me. I don't care what he is. He get the hell out of here.
Going back to Europe.
So,
I get that, but this is getting to be very serious. There's all kind of situations wrapped into one going on here, right? And like you.
My bad. I was just gonna say we've had these issues long before legalization, and this is the main point why legalization is so necessary federally, immediately, yesterday, because we can't do this. Nobody can put the toothpaste back into the tube. So what are we going to do?
But nobody's worried about this right now, though.
Yes, they
No
are.
one is. No, they're not. No one is worried about cannabis right now. Nobody, because
I'm talking about the deportations.
Hey, Lisa, last week there's a Canadian guy who lived in America for 30-something years. He had gotten caught with marijuana, and he got a suspended sentence. He never went to jail. Last weekend, he tried to come back into the U.S. across from he lives in Maine. And guess what they told him? No book. You stay in Canada because you committed a crime. And he's still in Canada. And he a white dude.
That's part of the civil proceedings of that document. It's part of those civil proceedings of that document.
And he's
white? Serious on so many levels.
Yes, I was surprised. He's a white dude who lives in Maine. Canadian.
This is getting serious.
I've got some analysis of this document, and what it's saying is not if you are unable to pay, but if you committed fraud with the PPP.
That's an enormous distinction. Thank you, CEO.
But should you?
CEO, you know you lied and said you had 5,000.
But should you lose your citizenship to this country? This is what I'm at. Y'all commit crimes every day, all day. You're frauding up every day. You're frauding up now. But were you ever in threat of being deported as if your whole damn lineage has been here? Were you under that threat? No, that wasn't ever an issue. What is going on with trying to clean out America? I mean, just like flushing your asses down the toilet. What's going on?
Okay, Lisa, I looked at the document, and that document, right, what that document is what the Civil Division of the Department of Justice wants to focus on now. So if you look at the document, you'll see the headings there. At the top, it says all civil division employees, blah, blah, blah. So they list the things the list of things. The Civil Rights Division used to be about like civil rights for minorities, and all those kind of things. But now what this document is showing you the priorities.
That's in there as well.
Yeah, it's showing you exactly what they want to focus. Now, number 1 is combating discriminatory practices and policies. Number 2 is ending anti-Semitism. Number 3 is protecting women and children, blah, blah, blah. But the one for denaturalization is number 5. And what they are saying is that the Department of Justice may institute civil proceedings to revoke a person's U.S. citizenship if an individual either illegally procured naturalization or procured naturalization by concealment of the material fact or by willful misrepresentation. So what they are saying now is if you became a citizen either by lying or doing something fraudulent, they can take away your citizenship, which is what I said. So it doesn't have to do with like natural born people. It's people that acquired.
Okay, because I was over
so one amendment to that. It's an expansion. So it's already the case if you got your naturalization by fraud, it could be turned around.
Yeah.
But what?
Matrix, bro. With the Matrix, bro.
What's enough?
So they actually expanded it now.
Yeah, that's
I heard in this room plenty times that they weren't going to go backwards on denaturalization. This sounds like they just put in motion so they can't go backwards.
Yeah, they're definitely going backwards. And I strongly suggest people to study the document because in my humble opinion, I believe this also applies to people who are born here, i.e. black folk who have committed crimes. So if somebody has been gangbanging, spitting the block, your little nephew, your little niece, whatever the case may be, and they still on it like that, or they want to call themselves peanut butter jelly and get a peanut butter and jelly tattoo, but guess what? That is a gang. That's gang. That's in a gang. That is violent. That falls under this prioritization of denaturalization. So it is possible under the language that Pookie and Ray Ray being down with peanut butter and jelly can get their ass deported.
Ray and peanut butter and jelly.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't say that.
Peanut butter and jelly for Bloods and Crips. In the language, if you look at the last one, like the gentleman said earlier, which is the most important prioritization, is what they could deem. Now, if they want to deem that this little dude is spinning the block, he's 15, 17, whatever, and he's a danger to society, he ain't got no listen to his parents. Like you're trying to tell me that they cannot, under these doggone parameters, whatever they choose to, they already said that, the doggone start civil proceedings for denaturalization of a person who calls themselves a U.S. citizen who is under the black code, right? And they can deport him.
So here's the problem. Here's a problem with what you're saying.
I'm just saying.
This doesn't apply to born citizens. Denaturalization only applies to naturalized citizens, not native born. Native born is a different category. You can't denaturalize a native born person.
Unless they commit treason.
Or unless they commit, or unless they, according to this criteria, that they're committing a violent crime.
Right, but like CEO just said, you cannot denaturalize someone who was born on this soil. If you're born in the soil, that's not naturalization.
I get that. What I'm saying is that under this language, right? If a native-born person is engaged in, i.e., anything that violates national security, right? An army person that has a clearance and he's selling it, right? Secrets just to a foreign government, right?
Treason. That's treason.
But that was always the law. That was always.
Why are we? Okay, so I have a bigger question. Why are we gang banging for people? He's and PPP fraud loan anyway. Why are we gang banging for him? I'm just confused. We're gang banging.
I'm not gang banging for it. What I'm saying is that under the language, I think that people who are native born can get caught up in this when they don't have any type of knowledge in the law. I think that some native born people, like these two black women in New York who was protesting at a rally, got caught up and arrested, and they're still held. This is what I'm saying. This is the scary part. We can't say it can't happen. It happened. It's happening now. So what I'm saying is that it is something for people only who are lawbreakers, right? It's so concerned to people who are right. But I'm saying it is a possibility that people who are native born, who are committing any of these things that fall under this criteria that they're banging for under the civil division, can get denaturalized if they are a U.S. citizen.
But if
What
you're
we talking
native
about, guys?
born, you can't be denaturalized. Oh my God! You have to be naturalized to be denaturalized. Do you
What are we
understand
talking
that?
about, guys?
Do you understand you have to be naturalized to be denaturalized? Yes or no?
Yes,
Sir?
I understand.
Okay.
You know, diversity and citizenship and naturalization.
Got it. Okay.
I understand.
Great. Okay,
You
great.
understand.
So then, if you're native born, you weren't naturalized. You're in agreement?
Of course.
Okay. So then, this doesn't apply to native born people. So why do you keep saying it does?
What I'm saying is according to the crime, it is a possibility.
What crime? What specific crime?
Right, but the examples you gave were treason, though, and as ML pointed out, that's always been the law.
Right.
That's always been the law. But other examples aside from treason, they're not looking for gangbangers who were born here. Respectfully, they're not.
Okay. Well, they got two protesters who were considered violent. You know, I don't know what they actually did, but they're held. I'm not over sensationalizing anything. I'm just trying to say that possibility lies because you have two black women right now in New York City who were protesting, and they're in custody right now.
Yes, they're in custody, but they're not being denaturalized. They're not being
Lisa, can ML and I pull Lisa, can ML and I pull a fake news card and mute this conversation?
I would like to know.
Yes, please. Hey, how about that weather we're having?
Go ahead. There's you guys. I'm driving, so whatever's put in the chat, you guys have to look at it. I've tried to read shit while driving, and they don't mix.
Please don't do that.
It's not mix.
Related,
Seriously, I almost ran over that jogger the other day. So y'all gotta please get seriously. If it's fake news, right? If it's fake news, you guys, it's fake news. It's fake news.
It sounds like
I trust you in ML.
It sounds like fear mongering, and I want to say, because I've just seen some news coming down my algorithm saying that this amnesty thing is going to be going through. It's pretty indefinite at this point to grant citizenship to all illegals. It's just, they've been working on granting amnesty to illegals in America, fast forwarding the process for citizenship and not deporting, even if they know where they're from. So I'll put the link in the chat, but what do y'all think of the amnesty and Charlie Kirk's, whatever opinion on it, the likelihood of getting full amnesty done?
But who's giving amnesty? Trump?
Yeah.
It sounds like Trump.
Yeah. This has been a big controversy on X the last few days. Yeah. So it's not really supposed to be read as amnesty, but MAGA is calling it amnesty because they hate the idea. It's basically a work. It's a like right to work visa for everybody. Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's for a huge amount of people. Yeah, it would end up being for millions of immigrants.
Yeah, all the people who work on the farms are all immigrants. We know that.
Wait, they're at the farms right now. Wait, hold up, y'all. They're at the farms right now.
Right. Didn't we just talk about kids getting caught? They're trafficking human beings? Like, what the fuck?
Right here. So let me look.
You talking about the farm worker that died the day after the raid?
That one too.
About amnesty.
That one too.
Okay,
I'm talking about the same
hold on,
thing.
you guys. Don't talk with me when I'm trying to drive. Okay, so Trump offers new visa program for immigrant workers after facing backlash from farmers. Is that what we're talking about?
Yes, and Lisa, MAGA is calling that an amnesty program. We're mad about.
Yeah, and
I guess MAGA wants to pay more for food, Dad. I guess MAGA wants to pay more for food.
They're not farmers. I'm just gonna fucking say it. I'm so fucking sick of this shit. They're not.
Who's not a farmer?
Child traffickers are not farmers. They're traffickers.
Okay, Water. You just wrong.
Okay, I just lost what? California?
But we're not talking about traffickers, we're talking about the farmers getting.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
They're hiding under the guise of
Oh, no.
I just reported the news. There's 10 kids down yesterday.
That's hiding
You
under
want to
the
get
guise
emotional?
Okay, the kids were, Water, look, Okay, hold on. The Trump administration is launching a new visa program for migrant workers as farmers and local and hotel owners express concern that their labor force is being threatened by the president's mass deportation raids. The Department of Labor's newly created Office of Immigration Policy will help fast track the visas of foreign laborers. But the administration has made it clear that the initiative is not amnesty for illegal immigrant workers. It also says, oh, they keep repeating, it's not amnesty, it's not amnesty. No one here who is here illegally is being given a pathway to citizenship or residency. So I guess they're going to let them in. Is the visa going to be like you come in and you work and you go home, or you come in and you work seasonally and then you go home? Because I'm not understanding what's the difference. Can anybody clear it up?
Typically in California, they come up here to Salinas and then they follow the harvest. They'll go down to Arizona, New Mexico, and just be a migrant farmer. That was traditionally growing up there.
Nationally, though? Do you know?
I'm talking about just the South by Southwest, our region.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think this is what there's going to be somebody picking, and it won't be the people who are on. See, that plan sounds crazy. The people who are on Medicaid. I know that's out there that they want to use them as pickers, and maybe they might get some people that they can probably say, well, you need to go pick over in Ventura County, or we're going to take away your Medicaid. And most people are going to say, fuck you. They'll go to the emergency room. They'll just be using the emergency room as their primary physician. And the hospitals can't turn them away, whichever hospitals are going to be left. So that's what's going to happen. You're not going to get fat Americans unless there's a Burger King across the street and a KFC. There's nowhere in the world they're going to be out there picking because they need health insurance. Does anybody agree or disagree with that?
No, you're right. That's why we're doing this program.
Yeah. So here we go. And this is, you guys, you Republicans, you MAGAs, you Trumpers, whatever you guys are calling yourself, you guys don't think that this administration has created a fucking cabal of mess? And everything is upside topsy-turvy? Even if you're trying to do something and you're trying to create new programs and slim trim and all this kind of bullshit that you're selling people, the way you're going about it is just absolutely chaotic, is neurotic, I can't even get any more ITs ending in IT because it's just, IC, because it's so crazy. But then they come in our room and tell us how they're winning. And then there's like the guy who came in earlier and said that in the big beautiful bill that they were going to expand, what did he say, y'all? Damn it. Oh, come on. I wasn't the only one listening to this.
They're going to expand their waistline.
No, yeah, their waistline's already expanded. What is it for housing? When he was lying, they're not going to expand. What is that fucking program called?
Section 8.
It's your rent play.
Section 8.
Yeah.
They're going to curtail Section 8.
But no, he came in here and argued, patting them down, that there's some type of, they're going to expand there's a tax credit. Like they were giving it to the Section 8 people when I think the tax credit is going to the property owners, right? It's just a big...
The developers, right.
Oh my God, this is
But listen, but they don't understand tax, people don't understand tax terminology. A tax credit doesn't mean you're getting any money. It just means you get to write off the salary, the income you've earned against your taxes. That's it.
Right.
You mean you don't have to spend your money, Mel? It's the same thing.
No, you don't. You do it at tax time.
Yeah, you make your money work for you.
No, that's not what it is. You don't get the money until you file your taxes.
A tax credit isn't as beneficial, okay? So it's like you would save like 25%, right? So it's not like 100% benefit, it's like 25% benefit. It's still good, but it's not the same as getting the money.
No.
It's a refund.
Yes, that's exactly what we. But guess what? You have to have qualifying income. in order to get
Yeah,
it.
but it's
Also,
not.
and
It's
you're
not a
official.
refund. It's not a refund either. Okay, so
Yeah,
let's
it's not a
just
refund.
work.
It's just
Yeah, let's work through it. Let's just work
Yeah.
through it for a second. So let's say you got $30,000, right? And normally you pay 25% on that. So you got like 7,500 you got paying taxes. Okay. If instead I give you like a $10,000 credit, it means you pay taxes on 20,000 instead of 30,000. So
Yep.
you ended up just spending 2,500 less in taxes. You didn't get $10,000. You got 2,500.
You got to discount.
Yes, correct.
And you ain't getting no money.
Oh my God. You're giving a discount to the rich. That's the point. You ain't giving a fucking discount to anybody else.
I wish he was still on
But
the
listen,
stage
but
because
with Section 8, one day, Section 8, they're restricting how long you can be on Section 8, and also
Right.
they're making it more difficult for you to actually even get on Section 8. Because that's why everybody's mad at HUD, because he's really fucking up the program. Like, you gotta be life for your life. There are people who've been on Section 8 for generations, and they're trying to keep all those people on Section 8.
Well, just
That's
let
right.
go.
And that's what I was trying to explain this to this dude. And so anyway, he's gone on the stage and he's talking about how how the Trumpers are winning, and that was an example that he gave of another win. And your wins are always wrapped around a whole bunch of losses. It's like that's what I don't understand. It's just I'm about to lose what I consider to be my mind with this administration and the people who are
It's only 6 months, Lisa. Dang.
Lisa, don't forget that with this whole, tax deduction, if you're a yacht owner, right? If you use it for charters and everything, you can deduct the full amount as well. So congratulations, new big beautiful bill.
And there's so many of our yachts we got parked out there in front of our beachfront property. I'm saying,
Finally,
I think that's a good idea because the overcrowding in my beachfront property is ridiculous with all my yachts. So this is a good way for me to get out. Yeah, thank you.
So if you want
This
to
is
market,
great.
this is to anybody listening. I know there's a lot of great potential new yacht owners out there. Just know that through 2027, because the big beautiful bill, now is the time to buy the yacht right now.
Well, Lisa, since you complaining about it, I'm not going to get you a yacht for your birthday anymore.
I already have two. I can re-gift it. All those rich people on Clubhouse, I can re-gift it.
You need another yacht like you need a hole in the head.
Hello? I'm telling you, but it's just funny. This is all about the rich. This is all about the wealthy. This is all about the 1-2%. I don't know what the hell. And we are not winning. And Trumpers, MAGAs in the United States just is losing. So there was another thing, you guys, unless somebody else has something to add to it or more breaking news. Can we talk about the FBI director, Dan Bendino? Can you guys, now the CEO is here, he always brings clarity. CEO, I've been asking like day after day now for the last week. It's Friday. What is going on, if you could break it down for us, with this obsession with the Epstein list, with the MAGAs, when I thought maybe they were doing it because they wanted to maybe expose people like Clinton or whatever, but that don't make sense because they have to do the whole list. And I know a few people are going to be their people. So what's this obsession? I'm not understanding.
So there's very few actual values within the MAGA community. One of them, though, is human trafficking, sex trafficking. That is like one of the things that they really do snap out about. And so the perception was that Trump promised to release this Epstein list, even though in his Fox interview he basically said he wasn't. But the perception was that he would. And so Bondi, on that Fox News interview, the reporter asked her, are we going to see the Epstein client list? And she said, it's on my desk. So people obviously interpreted that as it's coming soon. Instead, they did a big social media stunt, and we didn't get any new information on it. And people have been demanding this list, and nothing happened. And then on Sunday night, Bongino and Patel basically said, there ain't nothing. Epstein killed himself, even though there's a minute and a half of missing footage, and that there is no list. And so MAGA is snapping, and they're pissed, and they want Bondi's head. And so Bongino is basically claiming that he's had this argument with Bondi and that he's going to quit if she stays. And there's some reporting that Patel's going to do the same. So
what? Patel too?
So yes. Yeah. So that's the current status. Let me know. Do you want me to give my opinion on it?
Don't threaten me with a good
time.
Yeah.
This is an
So my opinion on it is that Trump structured this whole narrative with Pam Bondi. She was a PR person for this. He thought it would work. It hasn't. And so he's structuring a new narrative. And he's having Bongino and Patel act like, we're the self-righteous people and we're going to quit. He's going to end up firing Bondi or have her resign. And then we're just going to put all of this on her. And we're going to say that, whatever evidence there was, she must have did something with it and clean her hands of it that way. That's my prediction.
Oh, so this is fake? That they're all, this is just like what do you call it?
That's my I think that's a narrative he's structuring. I think that's a narrative he's structuring.
So CEO, I heard a different take. Based on the fact that Musk is starting to name people on that list, because he called Trump out, and he also called Bannon. He said Bannon's on the list. And obviously they say Bill Gates on a bunch of groups. They said the list literally exists. And Trump is on the list. That's why Trump was running offense, like trying to convince everybody else who's on the list and say he's going to release it to try to somewhat obfuscate that he's actually on the list. And now that they got MAGA all up in the frame, and now MAGA was like wet about the fact that if there's one litmus test in MAGA is child sex trafficking, who's been caught walking into teenage pageant room, who's been obsessing about his daughter and all that crap. And they voted for a guy who used to actually hang out with Epstein. So MAGA's now confused. That is another thing.
Yeah, I mean, so... Yeah, it is a mixture. But, so it's a little tricky because, like, being named in a file doesn't mean you committed a crime, right? So RFK Jr. has said that he's in there, right? He said it 2 years ago because he had, like, 2 flights with Epstein for whatever reason.
This isn't the flight mode.
Okay. But I'm saying that, like, whatever files are going to be released, like, it would include the names of people who had done business or interactions with Epstein. That doesn't mean that they committed some crime. So that's part of the issue. So Trump's on there, Clinton's on there, RFK's on there, Bill Barr's on there, Alan Dershowitz is on there, RFK Jr.'s on there, Bannon's on there. So there's a ton of people, right?
Bill Gates is on there.
I don't know. I haven't heard that one.
Yes, because that was one of the reasons why Bill Gates' wife
there's also
because he was hanging out with Epstein.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, got it. And then one of the royal family members is on there too. In this
it's on there.
So there's a lot of consequences.
Stop yelling at CEO, for the love of God.
Hey, CEO, so here's the thing. Where are you getting that they only did business with him according to this?
Oh, no. So I'm not saying they only did business with them. What I'm saying is that their name being in the file doesn't mean that they committed a crime. So I'm not saying they only did business, but I'm just saying there's going to be people in there who just did business and didn't commit a crime.
So I think there's a difference between the file. There's a difference between the Epstein file and the client's list. If the client list is not available, the client list is what
The client list literally said people who partake in the debauchery with him. That's the difference.
So you're talking about the black book. You're talking about the black book. You're talking about Maxwell's black book, right? Is that what you're
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah, that's it. That's the list of people that have.
Let's just all honest about this, okay? So they've had that black book since Trump's last term, all 4 years of Biden, and now, right? Biden ain't released it either. So guess what? It's never coming out. You know why it's never coming out? Because it's just going to hurt too many people on both sides of the aisle in America. Too many leaders globally. So it will come out. It will come out in 2027 when all of them are dead. All of them are dead.
Because they all Big Bad Bernie
They
was
don't
already
matter if they're not all. Did you say they all Democrats?
No, I said both sides of the aisle. I said both sides of the aisle.
Okay. Who cares if it's a sex trafficking situation? Why are we always protecting these rich people who don't give it? What is going on? I don't give a damn.
Let's just take the big one. Let's take the big one. Okay, so let's take.
It's not us. It's not us. It's them. They're hiding it for themselves, not us.
I don't give a damn.
But Biden had 4 years to release it and didn't. So Biden had a reason not to release it. Exactly.
Right.
Correct.
And I'm not giving.
Biden never said he would release it, so there's
But
that.
who
But my point is, no U.S. president will release it. Trump.
He died during Trump's first term.
Okay, there you go.
He died during Trump.
That's why Biden ain't messed with it. Why are you bringing up Biden? And Biden never said he would. I don't even
Why does God have to do anything? Don't be always bringing him up.
Is it you?
You don't need to bring him up at all because he never said he would. Or you
I'm going to explain. Here's the reason.
It was deflection. That's the excuse.
Oh, it's not deflection. Here's a reason, okay?
It was, CEO.
No, it's not. April, I promise you it wasn't. Here's the reason, okay? Can I respond?
Go ahead.
If this was an active investigation of the DOJ, it would not have been completed by the time Trump left office in January 2021. The activation would have to continue under Biden's DOJ. And so clearly they made the decision over the 4 years not to pursue it. So that's why it's relevant, because there's no way you would finish an investigation like this by January 2021.
CEO, that's crazy. You were doing so well up first. There's plenty of investigations that rolled over into the next term. As a matter of fact, that's how Trump got off.
But maybe Trump
You're making my point.
Back into his term, where he could end up on. What?
You're making my point.
Investigations change, keep going through administrations all the time.
Correct.
That man died on Trump's watch while he was in prison, and they can't find a minute of tape.
But Deborah, you're not addressing why there wasn't an investigation during the 4 years of Biden. You're not.
Okay, you don't know any. That's your opinion. Why? I'm just talking about facts. The man died on Trump's watch. They can't find a minute of the tape, and all of a sudden they roll back tapes. 60 seconds every night. They roll back surveillance tape. 60 seconds every night. And we're supposed to fall for that. All I'm suggesting is you were doing fine up to that point. Now you bring in what you think it is,
You don't know why they didn't do the inspection, the
Deborah, it
investigation.
doesn't
Certainly wasn't because the administration wasn't gonna have time to finish it. It's something else. That's why they're not letting it out now. And why do you want to argue that part? That's all I'm saying. Why do you want to argue that part? You don't know. I don't know.
Because this is
You're right. You're right.
No.
Okay,
In 2020, no matter who wins in 2028, whether it would be J.D. Vance, AOC, Josh Shapiro, Gavin Newsom, none of them will really pursue this. None of them will. No president will pursue this. That is my point.
That's why they're trying to shut it down. That's why that was Lisa's original question. Why is MAGA trying to get this information? That was her original question. Why won't none of them pursue it? That's her whole question. But the thing is, it's not Biden and the Democrats all over trying to get the tape, and you bringing in Biden. That's where you lost me. You were doing fine until you went there, because then you start to sound like the MAGA.
Thank you, baby.
That you're not.
And can I just ask the stage and the down there in the patio, what institution, especially one that's responsible for housing dangerous people, would roll back 60 seconds of their motherfucking footage? Because all hell could break off. I can shaft CEO in 5 seconds, and they would have never saw shit. I could take out the warden. I could do a whole bunch of stuff, but they roll back footage in a prison 60 seconds every day. That's the dumbest. Y'all are dumb. Trump was right when he said, I like stupid people, because America's full of stupid people, if you actually believe that. It's crazy. Yeah, I don't even, and then there was somebody came in and played, I think it was Elle, maybe Sue. They played a clip how they're saying that the tape itself was clearly edited, spliced, copied, sent, rolled. It's like, and she said that shit in court, you wouldn't be able to even introduce that as evidence in a court of law, because of how many hands it's gone through and how many corrections or edits have been happening. It's just, I don't know, something ain't, I'm gonna sing my song again. Something just ain't right. Right. And so, and then we know that everybody's trying to hide, but we don't care. I don't care if Barack's on it. And I'm being serious about it. It's y'all MAGAs who always commit crimes and try to hide. That's why you guys got us in this situation right now. Dems will give up their own grandmother. They will turn in their own fucking children, because they like that. They eat their own, they figure they're morally superior, so they will turn in their own fucking husband. So I don't know, something's not right, and eventually it's gonna come out. Maybe it won't, but I'm not dumb. Something ain't right.
Lisa, there's a really good chance that Bill Clinton's on this list. I mean, because he flew on the plane 26
That's
times.
fine,
Right?
I don't care. He had somebody suck his dick.
So we know they're not trying to say Bill Clinton.
Epstein Island. I don't fucking care. They think we care, though.
But it's too much of a scandal.
They're not trying to save Bill Clinton.
I don't care. What is going on here?
You don't care.
I don't care.
It's a security issue.
Now, okay, so hiding pedophiles. See, that's why you and this fucking country, you MAGAs are trying to always talk about, well, we want to be on the morality side. God is our father. Y'all full of shit. Because if it really meant that much to you morality pimps, y'all would release every fucking thing, because you want to do the right thing. You want to get closer to God, but you're not doing that. It's crazy. Y'all some.
You're gonna have
this
multiple.
is a nasty word.
You're gonna have multiple members of Congress. You're gonna have foreign heads of state.
Who cares on the
It's
stage?
crazy. It's a international
Who cares
crisis.
besides CEO?
Okay.
Who cares? besides CEO? I mean, seriously, I'm not trying to make this into something light. Who cares besides CEO if what's his name is on there? I don't care if JFK, RFK, Martin Luther King, Stevie Wonder, Marvin Gaye. I don't care. Because you're doing things to children, and you're the main party that cares so goddamn much. The fake care, the fake cry, the fake concern. Y'all the fakes. Y'all are the fakes. So Biden didn't release it. He's a piece of shit too.
Don't do that, Lisa. He didn't. He was.
Come on.
He was. He wasn't the one that was trying to be the big bad administration that's going to expose everything. And truth be told, they probably thought that it was going to be Clinton.
Debbie?
They probably was trying to get Clinton in the first place, and then they saw it and saw it was more than Clinton on it. That's why they trying to stop it now. Because some of their ass is on it, and Donald Trump is on it. That's what that is.
So this Dan Bendino, this Cash, whatever Patel, all this uphauling, and what's that other guy, Rogan, crying in his car, like, and said he's gonna vomit, and who else? It's just a whole list of them. And what's the name? Tucker Carlson. They all in on it. Like
no, just Patel and Magingo. I think it's just Patel and Magingo in terms of a Trump narrative. Yeah, I think it's just those.
This is nasty work. So if this is also fake, then that earshot is fake too. Like we were saying, there's no way that he would stage his own possible assassination. I'm gonna believe all of it now.
I saw breaking news that Cash Patel or Dave Bongino might be resigning over this.
Well, that's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. That's exactly what we're doing.
Bury the lead, right on schedule.
I'm sorry. I can't teleport myself back.
And what do you think about that, Matt? Matt, what do you think about that being a real MAGA? What do you think about that?
I just want to know why no administration has released this stuff fully. Well, what's preventing these administrations from releasing these documents? I don't know.
Lisa, all I'm saying is don't fall in with the Biden part. Remember, Biden is dead and wasn't being the president anyway, right? He didn't have his mental capacity.
Oh, that is true.
I don't buy into that part of the narrative.
Okay, I'll take that part back because they said he wasn't even, he's a clone anyway, right?
Let's throw his name in there.
You're right. Yeah. I take that back.
Why did the acting President Harris? Why did President Harris?
President Harris? Wait a minute.
She wasn't the president. Oh.
Is there a President Harris that I'm not aware of?
He's responding to your joke. He's responding to your joke.
That's yours is horrible though. If you say why wouldn't President Harris? Because she's never been in the spot where she can. Oh, I get your joke. Okay, so Barney was dead, and okay, got it. All right. She never was in the seat of decision making. She's your plus one. That's what her job was. She's the plus one. So you guys always try to find a way
that's the deflection part.
Tie the shit in a pretzel. Crack, like that. Come on, y'all.
The part that's not deflection is that if there were crimes committed, they weren't pursued under the Biden administration for 4 years. That's the point. That is the point. And again, I agree. Look, if I was in a Biden administration, if I was advising Joe Biden, I'd say not to pursue it. Same as Trump didn't. No U.S. president.
But he didn't. But they didn't delve into everything that was going on before they made that decision. Bondi came on TV being Big Bad Bondi, the big bad blonde bitch, with the information that's sitting on her desk.
Built.
And it's crazy because they're in their own heads. They're a bunch of superheroes, a bunch of criminals. Do what I want to do because I have a mandate we gonna do what the hell we want to do, and now she had to back that shit up because Trump's name is in there. That's got to be what it is.
Even Elon said it. And what's the guy, the attorney, who said he's seen the list? There is an actual list of people who are engaging, because there is no pimp, no madam, no call girl. Because I was checking us. Well, never mind. I'm gonna tell that story. No call girls, no nothing that don't have a fucking list of people that you know who they done went through, who is going to be a regular client.
How do you know, Lisa?
A friend of a friend of a friend of a friend.
I'm just gonna start calling you Madam Lisa.
Hey, don't call me Madam Lisa. I'm just you can call me Rhoda Barrett, because I know somebody who utilizes these type of people.
Wait. Oh, conveniently in the Matrix now.
Hey, CEO, were you saying that they weren't covering?
He's an agent, and I'm telling you, yeah. Oh.
Hey, did CEO say that none of this was to cover for Trump?
Say it again? What did you say?
You said none of this was to cover for Trump?
Oh, no. So I was saying that never intended to release it in the first place. The whole thing was a smoke and covers, was smoke from the beginning. Like, they just wanted to release that thing they did with the social followers in February, but they thought that would be the end of it.
I don't know. You know, but you, come on, I mean, CEO, you run a company. If you're not running a company, you can't sniff bullshit. To Deborah's point and everyone else's point, this man was unalived or somehow died under Trump administration. There were, when all these rumors and evidence of showing Trump's involvement in this, all of a sudden this man becomes president, this guy goes and disappears.
I agree.
Fuck some shit up, and maybe that's why it couldn't chastise, you know, this administration.
Yeah, no, I agree. And whether or not Trump was actually a client or whether his name is just in the files, either way, Trump would not want that coming out. Either way. So, no, I agree. I don't think he ever wanted it to all come out.
And now he's covering it up some more.
But that's not what he ran off of originally, right?
And First Lady, you just heard, so CEO agreed. So, to that point, because you know he's trying to cover it up, that means he's a dirty bastard. So at this point, you should be doing nothing but talking shit about Trump from this point, because you know he's covering up child fucking molestation. You just admitted to it.
So let's just play that out for a second.
Come on up here, real hurt. Come on up on stage, being invited up.
So JD, let me ask you a question. Do you only talk shit about Lyndon B. Johnson because he didn't release stuff about JFK?
I wasn't born yet, so I'm not too much.
But you know that right now. I'm asking you right now. Do you do that? Do you only think negatively of Lyndon B. Johnson?
Who is Lyndon B. Johnson?
He was oh my God.
Are you
okay.
kidding me? No.
Oh my God.
Not too much.
He was the president. He was the president who passed the Civil Rights Amendment. He was JFK's VP. He became the president.
Okay, all right. See, I know what you're trying to turn this, but bottom line is, you have a sitting president who there is bounds of fucking evidence that he was involved with Epstein, not for business fucking deals, right? There's no evidence that Epstein, you know, invested in one of his Trump towers. There's no one that can prove any of that. So any common sense tells you his fucking involvement with Epstein was what these little girls that were older now that came out and said what his involvement was. He covered that shit up as president because he had the power to do it, and now he's doing it again. Now he's trying to close the fucking deal as the president again. And you're asking about Lyndon B. Johnson.
Well, let's just go to Bill Clinton. Do you only talk trash about Bill Clinton, or do you ever say anything positive?
Hey, if Bill Clinton is guilty of it, fuck yeah, forget him too. If he's
Does that take away? Hold on. If Bill Clinton is guilty of it, does that take away his balanced budget? Does that take away the economic prosperity? Does that take away his record as president?
No, it doesn't.
No.
But it doesn't absolve him either.
Correct.
Yeah, but I didn't tell you about Trump's result. I told you from this time, there's no point to continue to support a person like that. I'm not talking about results. I'm not talking about.
Okay, yeah, I don't support him, so we're good. I don't support him. There's things he does that I think are good. There's things he does that I think is good sometimes. And any president, no matter who it is, if they've done something good, I'm gonna say it's good.
I'm sure there's a lot of pedophiles that do, maybe some good shit, I guess.
R. Kelly had some good songs.
No, this is wild. We taking up for you guys. I mean, I'm amazed. I'm glad it only happens on
This is what we were talking
because
about.
Because in my real world, I never am around people that try to cop for child molesters and sexual deviants. I'm glad it's only
That's not
on
what's
Clubhouse
happening.
because this.
That's not what's happening.
What's happening right now? Just tell me, because would you rather? No, it's wrong, and it don't matter what you did. I don't care if you cured cancer, motherfucker. If you are sleeping around with children, it's something. I don't know.
I agree 1,000% with you.
I might have to get off or take a break, because the people on this app that can make nothing out of something or something out of nothing is just absolutely fucking distressful. This president, you already caping for him for being a fucking criminal, a felon, an essay, a bait. It's just,
Are you erasing Bill Clinton yourself, Lisa? Are you erasing Bill Clinton?
We can erase the fuck out. I do not fucking. What is going on, CEO? I don't know how many times I have to say it, how many ways that I have to try to explain it. I don't give a fuck who they are, what they did. I said cure fucking cancer. I don't care. When they are on the hook for hurting and harming children, even fucking hurting and harming women, I don't give a fuck. What's wrong with y'all? I don't care what you did.
Yeah, I mean, it's simple when you change them as a person. Understood, 100% in agreement with you. If we're arguing about a policy, it's a different conversation, Lisa. The two things are not the same.
No, it's not.
But how do we excuse? How do we hide someone else's behavior and still have the authenticity to be able to persecute others?
Hello.
That's the hypocrisy here. We're gonna dim the light over here because they've been involved in some United States kind of things. So to keep them secret and sacred kinda, we got to do this. That's crazy. Then you have no integrity in your justice.
Exactly. Hey, real quick, I'm gonna get up. So my question, you said it doesn't matter when you talk about policy. Yes, it does, because guess what? In any other field, a man who messed with kids and used his power to cover it up, I would be questioning his motive on every fucking policy he has. I would be questioning all this shit. It may sound sweet to MAGA, because he comes off one way, but we always know there's a hidden fucking agenda in what he's doing. So bottom line is, you're wrong. You should be questioned. Guess what? That's why, that's why businesses do background checks. Because guess what? There's some certain sellers I won't hire because you know what? I'm going to be questioning their fucking news.
JD, Bill Clinton delivered a budget surplus. Okay, so that's like a thing that happened. He's a jacked up person, wicked, did all sorts of stuff, and he delivered a budget surplus. Both things are true. Both things are true.
And he might have done it while he was on Epstein's boat. And he might have done that. He might have done all that great work while he was on the boat, Epstein's boat. What does that have to do with everything?
A little girl.
Being they can't find a minute of the tape, and why the maggots are trying to get it. None of that doesn't have anything to do with. Everybody knows Clinton's dossier, his way of. It's not a secret.
Okay,
his wife knows, and everybody else.
I just want to understand the proposal here. So the proposal is that we don't talk about the Clinton presidency anymore. We erase it. Is that the idea, or what's the idea?
No, you're comparing a former president to a sitting president. You want to critique stuff that it's already over with versus critiquing a sitting president where this shit is in forward motion. There's a difference. I'm not gonna go back and critique Clinton. Even if he was found guilty of this shit, that shit's over with. We have a sitting president right now. Fucking pass.
Okay, what do you want me? You want me to say? Yeah, Donald Trump is evil and jacked up and corrupt. What else?
Well, unless you talk to Pam Bondi and know why she's not releasing it, then why is your opinion? Why would you keep arguing?
That is so funny, CEO.
He's evil, corrupt. He's evil. He's a corrupt. He's a liar. He's a wannabe dictator. Okay, what else?
What do you mean, what else? Look at the MAGA, what else? If it was Obama, they'd be dragging him out right now to the front lawn, and he would be swinging in the wind.
I'm just saying, these are obvious things.
And you mean, what else? Okay, so, and this is what we should be, as a country, and you MAGAs, should be worried about. So the next election should be, you're talking about a landslide, you're talking about blue. This whole, it shouldn't be another fucking MAGA. They should all be locked up after all this is over. Dems, get ready. Let's build a MAGA island, Alcatraz, and put all these motherfuckers in it. Let's be done with this garbage, because they're trash.
The thing that the Dems have to contend with is only 19% of Americans think the Dems have strong leadership. So that's the
here
thing
we
for the
go.
Dems. That's a CNN poll. That's a CNN poll. It's a CNN poll. That's a CNN poll. So that's the thing that the Dems have to work on.
That's what happened. And 65% agree with what Donald Trump was doing as of today. So what is your point?
What's the definition?
You have to present a strong leader.
What is the definition? You guys consider Trump a strong leader? Yes or no?
No, Trump is not a strong leader, no.
Okay, so the motherfucking Republicans don't have no strong leaders. And like now, like you say, now
America, 7% of America, 37% of Americans said Republicans have strong. There's an 18-point gap, 37%.
Republican because they're liars, they're perpetrators.
Poll the same people.
I don't care when they went to go to the trailer park. Everybody was off. They wasn't working. So they just did the whole fucking trailer park good. These people crack me up. And the polls say, yeah, they went to the trailer park. Everybody was home, and they pulled them. See,
all right, so this one, only 35% of Democrats think Democrats have strong leaders. What about that one?
Oh my God.
What about that?
Okay. What about that? Okay, they could possibly be right.
What's Trump's approval rating today on immigration today?
In the 40s, right? Low 40s?
No. 65% disapprove.
Okay, 35.
Of his handling. See, but you didn't know that one.
I said low 40s. I wasn't off by that.
So here we are. It is our job to tell the truth. It's our job to make sure that all this information is clear. But if your soul, if you have no soul, if you part of the demon team, it don't matter. We're trying to appeal to people who actually give a fuck. Because these MAGAs are not, what do they call themselves, patriots? They're not patriots, they're pussies, and they're liars. And that's all that is. So we need to stand strong, lock arms, and say, you guys ain't gonna take over. You wanna take over, you wanna get rid of people, you wanna go back to slavery, you wanna go back to Jim Crow, you wanna go backwards, but we're not gonna let that happen. we're moving forward. I swear to God, if we don't build the mega Alcatraz in the middle of the Congo, I'm just tired. we gotta get together and make that happen. We're gonna put up a GoFundMe for the mega Alcatraz right in the middle of the goddamn Sudan. That's what we gonna do.
Lisa, you gotta work that muscle where they try to bring in Biden. You can't just.
I agree
with it.
I agree.
Even if you think they're right, you can't agree with it.
Exactly, because that's how
work
they
that
move.
muscle. You gotta work that muscle.
I'm working on that muscle. I'm gonna be like the Incredible Hulk after this shit is over. I'm gonna work that muscle. But yeah, so that's where we are. We got some new people on the stage. You guys want to jump in and share your thoughts, Sloan? Oh, where is it? Slowly Sloan, you right there.
Oh, I didn't know you said Sloan. Hey.
Yeah, Slowly Sloan. What's up, girl? Long time no talk to. Okay.
Hey.
But you right in the middle of it. I would love to hear your take on all this.
Oh, you don't want my take on it. But I did put a link in the chat. You guys move pretty fast. And you're in the conversation, and so it's hard for me. So I haven't been keeping up. But I did put a link in the chat, and it was back in 2024. The Washington Post did put a link. They made an article, wrote an article. In the article was a link to the release of the DOJ files, because under Biden administration, he released a lot of records related to Russian interference. Investigation, as well as the Epstein contact list. So I had to go find it. I had downloaded it back in 2024, the contact list that was published on the Biden DOJ. Well, I went to the Biden DOJ yesterday because the archives are supposed to remain intact, and they had deadened the link. So the link was no longer live, but I found the link, and it goes directly to the document, which I think there is a rule you can't at least remove the document because this is official White House record. But they did deaden the link to they did deaden the link to the PDF. So anyway, I included the PDF and yeah, Donald Trump's name is in it a couple of times. It's a lot of people's names on that. This was some sort of contact list in Epstein's files, and it included a lot of celebrities' names. And, obviously the phone numbers and addresses are redacted, but you can still look at that link. You guys go through so much. That's all I got right now.
Thank you, baby.
Oh, wow, let's slow it down, because I want Slowly to be able to enjoy this whole buffet of news and controversies. But it's a little bit too much. You know how you go to a fucking buffet and all this food's in front of you, and you think, oh, I'm gonna eat that, I might get a little bit of everything. I don't want nothing. I get one little plate, and I'm ready to go home. This is too much. Too much conspiracies, too much, what do they call that? Corruption, too many lies. Now you got a president who don't even know where he is. Something is going on that I just want to sit up and say, well, maybe it's going to reveal itself. Time will reveal. All these songs are coming to my head. You know what I mean? So I close my mic for a minute. I gotta moisturize.
It's really overwhelming, Lisa. It really is. It's like a lot. And it's disorienting. But what I'd say about the Democratic Party is that we are in transition. We are recalibrating, we are reorganizing, we are, reconvening, collectivizing, coming up with what the strategy and commitment is. We're gonna take it back. But we're in a moment right now. And this is a moment of change. So I think we're evolving. I think we need to remember that.
I agree that, and I'm sure, I'm going to pass the mic and let someone else speak because I need to go hydrate and moisturize. But what I do know, when they say we don't have a strong leader, please don't buy into those talking points either. Because they want, if somebody like myself, what would they label me? A ghetto, loud, whatever, head snapping, finger popping, trash talking black woman. You can't come up and beat. See, we can't beat Trump because Trump is a black woman, neck popping, a ghetto. You know what I'm saying? He can say. How many times have I heard him say profanity? How many times have I heard him disrespect people? How many times have I seen him talk down and call people nasty names? But nobody's labeling him some, what they call Jasmine Copper. I mean, this is upside down.
Call Hitler. Hitler's about as low as you can go.
Lisa,
who called Trump Hitler?
He's been called Hitler a lot, but Lisa, a lot of people. Like, you don't remember there was a debate about if Trump is Hitler? Like, we did that a couple weeks ago.
Who was having that debate? Who's having that debate?
Robert, weren't you there?
Oh, I'm talking. You're talking about Robert. I'm talking about people in government. They are labeling the Republicans are mislabeling us. And we're allowing it to happen. We're accepting the labelism. And we need to stop it.
But Maxine Waters and Michelle Obama are considered strong leaders.
Lord have mercy. Now
Maxine Waters is. Maxine Waters is considered a strong leader.
They have called this woman every name.
But she's considered a strong leader.
No, y'all don't consider her no strong fucking leader. Stop gaslighting me, CEO. My plate is not fucking up. I don't need you. No, stop it. And did you sell Michelle Obama?
Yes, we're both considered strong leaders. Yes.
Oh my God. Michelle Obama,
especially Maxine Waters with Democrats. Maxine Waters is considered strong. With Democrats and independents, Maxine Waters is considered a strong leader. Absolutely, she has been for many years.
So stupid.
See, good what they tried to court-martial Maxine Waters when she told them to get those people out of their faces.
I'm not saying Republicans call her a strong leader. I'm talking about Democrats and independents. And the issue I was talking about was only 35% of Dems favor strong leadership. And I'm just saying that, like, there are examples of black women within the Democratic Party that are seen as strong leaders by Democrats and independents. Michelle Obama and Maxine Waters are two of them.
Those are two of, like, the worst examples. Michelle Obama is not in leadership. Maxine Waters is old and beloved by her district, but that's about it. She's not leader of the Democratic Party. What are we talking about?
It must be contrarian Friday evening.
Must be, because Michelle Obama has denied multiple times to run for office. She's never wanted that role.
I put most leaders in the Democratic Party up against any Republican any day of the week because what they have is a backbone. None of the GOP has a backbone. That they're all concerned and worried about what Donald Trump is going to do to them. Like, why they would be that concerned about keeping a seat is ridiculous. They sell their own souls and their babies to keep the position that they're in.
Actually, keep her babies.
It makes no sense. How do you vote for something you're not even happy about? And you, Matt, you change your mind every day the wind blows. Depending on the way the wind blows is how, if you like Trump or not, if you with Trump or not. One day you with him, the next day you're not.
What, Matt, what did you say?
I'm about to go to bed. I've been summoned to the
Oh,
building.
Lord.
You've been summoned to the bedroom, Matt. You about to have a good night?
You could have kept that. It's only 9. I don't know what's going on here.
He said he's been summoned, Lisa.
Well, Lisa, I will tell you this here, and here in Texas, they're trying to sneak in redistricting the maps here. They already had a census redraw in 2021, and a lot of Democrats and even others are saying that what is happening here is illegal. Same thing happened out here in Fort Worth with the county courts here. They're doing the same thing, and they're being sued by citizens and other people. It's a lot going on out here. These Republicans are really trying to redraw maps, not only in their own states. Absolutely, if they're in a Republican stronghold, they're trying to redraw the state. And
I think they understand that if they do that, it's like this bill that they drew up, it cost them seats. You know, they talked about that too. You cannot do illegal stuff and think that people are just going to say, oh, okay, we're not going to sue you. Yeah, they are suing. And, you know, whether they prevail, I don't know. But at least people are trying to say, I'm sorry?
11 and 12.
Huh?
Can you guys mute Brooklyn?
Brooklyn, you're unmuted.
Can you guys mute the stage? Thank you. Can you mute the stage, guys? All right.
So just to recap what Ashton's saying, the governor is using the special convening of the legislature in Texas because of the flood. They are going to also throw in redistricting because of the special legislative session. So they're using the flood to do the redistricting at the same time. So that's how low and scummy the Texas.
You know who we're going after? You know who we're going after, Scotty, don't you? We're going after Jasmine Crockett for trying to stop her from getting reelected.
I'm sure they're doing it.
She's a representative, and I hope to God she runs for Texas.
And to be honest, y'all, with that was the they were going to meet anyway for that redistricting. They're adding the Kerr County thing to it. They were already meeting to try to do the redistricting. That meeting was already set. They're adding that to the agenda.
Mm-hmm.
They're still scummy though, Scotty.
That's low ball.
Sure. Because they shouldn't even be trying to do it. But they already had the agenda set.
But I think this is very lowball when people lost their lives. You got other folks saying that they shouldn't. This isn't the time to do that. You know, this isn't the time to redraw some map or to redraw the map, which is a big deal. And at the end of the day, we have people that have lost their lives out here. And so everything, it just seems like everything here, not everything, some things become political that shouldn't be. Including this disaster. I just don't get it. It's heartbreaking, you know, and like I said, my pastor talked about the maps and stuff being redrawn and folks suing. He spoke out about that at the Tarrant County court here because it's not right and it may be, you know, absolutely illegal, and so they are gonna sue because it's not cool. So I just hope that those who have the means and wherewithal and you feel like something's not right, whether you prevail, I don't know, but at least use the courts and try to fight back and try to sue, because that's the only thing I think is it can help shine some light on some things going on, because I think what's in courts can be pretty public if they do prevail, and Republicans don't want it. Pretty sad too, Lisa. That's not good.
They just want to shut her up. They want to make her go away. She's too strong. She's too opinionated. They want to take away her law license. They want to shut her up.
And they got Donald Trump, you know, I think I saw something about him helping in the cause. I'm like, it's like when they, you know, I hope they have the same energy when Donald Trump, whenever, is out of office, or when he passes away. For all the time, I ain't never been defeated. So, yeah. So at the end of the day, let's be real. I hope y'all have that same energy when the tables flip on y'all in the future.
He has been defeated. What did you mean? You said never been defeated?
No, I'm saying that Donald Trump is trying to come down here to Texas and help out in that cause. And I'm saying that he will eventually be, you know, defeated. He's in office now, but I hope they have the same energy when he's out of office or whatever, and folks start going after him and his folks. That's what I mean, and whoever he's involved with. You know what I mean? I'm just serious because he wants to go after everybody else that doesn't agree with him. I hope they have that same energy when authorities knock at their door. So I can't wait.
Trump don't care. He said, fuck them.
Yeah, Carol will be sitting up there eating some black-eyed peas sitting in a jail cell somewhere or whatever the hell they eat in jail.
We're going to have to
eat
catch
black-eyed
him.
peas.
We know he's going to leave. Yeah, we're going to have to catch him because we know he's going to leave.
Look here.
Trump's gonna pardon himself before he leaves off.
Can I read a quote? He's going to move to Saudi Arabia where he's going to be welcome. But can I read a quote from him for a press conference today?
Yeah, let's go.
Sure. I mean, I don't know if I can play the clip or not, but I'll just say that this is a press conference with him and Governor Abbott in Texas today. And the reporter said families are upset because warnings didn't go out in time. What do you say to those families? And Trump says, well, I think everyone did an incredible job under the circumstances. This is a 1 in 1,000 years. Only a bad person would ask a question like that. Only an evil person would ask a question like that. Anyway, that's your fucking...
He always falls back on the same bullshit lies. I mean, oh my God, he has a script. If y'all are really falling for this bullshit, I feel sorry for you. I would rather be awake than asleep.
I will post a link to that so people.
That was, I mean, in Texas.
Thanks, Scotty, because I was going to ask about the conference if anybody heard it. I know he said it was it's nothing like this has ever happened before. I know that's part of his quote.
Yeah, 1 in 1,000 years, which is also.
And it did happen. It happened in the 80s. That's why it's like when you play what he said, it's like you look up history. That happened in the 80s here, and 10 folks lost their lives when a bus was pushed off a small road due to water and whatever else. So people don't get it. It's like Donald Trump is in a twilight zone that's not in this world. It's like, how can you say the stuff like that and people are asking for answers? It has no humanity. Donald Trump has no humanity or soul or whatever you want to call it. No, thank you. And it's just really, really upsetting. It's very, very, you know what I mean? We were unloading trucks the other day and somebody was playing a radio and NPR or something, and it's just like, yo, we stop and we're listening. It makes no sense. We are lost out here when it comes to emergency response. We are unorganized. You have folks that we later find out was going on a job and not doing what they were supposed to do. It makes no sense, y'all. It just, and a volunteer firefighter asked for something to go out, and emergency alerts go out at 2 o'clock. That never went out until hours later. It just doesn't make sense how we just are not organized to understand the state resources that were coming in. No one knew they were coming. It's really sad, man. I don't understand our state. I don't get it.
Ashton, I got a question for you because I just saw something in the news. Tell me if you know anything about this. Anybody else chime in too? Has anybody been hearing about the Texas dams and how they're failing? It's way too coincidental, but...
Yeah, there's some stuff out here in Texas with infrastructure that they said some dams date back well over 50 years. Some of them are older than that on private property. Some could be older than 70 years old. Earthen dams have a potential for failure just anyway because it's earthen dam. Others have a propensity for failure because of them not being maintained. That is a problem. And you can't, the state may have to pass laws to make private landowners, those who own some of that stuff, they need to allow for the Army Corps of Engineers to come in, right? And some of them have, but they do need to update all of this stuff, and it's going to be in the hundreds of billions of dollars to update every single failing dam in our state. We have failing bridges in our state. We have over 30 bridges in this area alone, just in this area. It's embarrassing. I'm lost because we have all the money to fix the failing stuff, but instead of fixing the failing stuff, we would rather give Elon Musk or whatever these business folks hey, come to Texas while our infrastructure is just effing falling apart. There's no excuse for this to happen in a state that's the second richest in the country. What are we doing? Help me out, please.
My thing is this. Did you notice the way everybody in Texas, according to Trump, did everything right when a disaster happened? But when it was California, everybody in California did not know what they were doing, according to Trump, not according to... Did you guys notice that?
Yeah, that's true. People in California was more prepared. I'm just going to be real. We're lost. The people in California seem to be more prepared than us. Whatever Donald Trump was saying about they didn't know what they were, they did great with what they had. Our state, there is no excuse for you not to see a storm coming. Fires, that's different. You know what I mean? That's totally different than a storm where people's lives could have been saved or they could have been evacuated. I know when I was in Ellis County and we had principal flood.
We moved on to the storm, you guys. I was on the ground for a minute. We got off of talking about Democratic leadership, and we're on the storm.
We're talking about the storm. About
Well, I think the point whoever that was trying to make is the blue states. Donald Trump got a lot of smoke for the blue states, the ones that are run by blue states, and the red states like Texas get away with bad management. He don't see anything wrong with that. He's not criticizing it.
Hey, I'm gonna post a link in the chat. This is, sorry, it's not about Texas, but it is from Wired Magazine. This is about how the Epstein prison video was likely modified, meaning that rather than being a direct export from the prison surveillance system, the footage was modified, likely using Adobe Premiere Pro. So that will add to the conspiracies going on there, which may not be conspiracies. So I will post that in the chat right now.
Not Adobe Pro. What a plug for Adobe Pro.
Damn, I can do that.
Okay. Adobe Pro. I believe it. So let me see if I can.
Adobe Premiere Pro. I just posted the.
Adobe Premiere Pro is a verifiable software. Definitely not a conspiracy software.
I didn't say it was a conspiracy software.
Are you home yet? Because
I finally made it in. I knew this. You got a clip?
I have something that says Epstein bomb goes off. I'm out. Trump aides threatened to quit if DOJ admits no Epstein list. Now,
I'd love to hear it.
Okay, let me see.
Praise the Lord for getting to the door. Thank you.
Let's go, First Lady.
All right,
Hey.
Increasingly a kind of political, quiet, peaceful civil war, but this is truly unusual breaking news. You know the breaking news animation, you know sometimes the news is big, significant, serious. This one is unusual. A major escalation in what is increasingly a kind of political, quiet, peaceful civil war, but a civil war of political proportions for MAGA over these Epstein files. And it's roiling the Trump administration at quite literally the highest levels. Sources detailing the ongoing clash over a fight that could cost someone their job. Trump's Attorney General Pam Bondi clashing with the FBI number 2 official Dan Bongino. As everybody who follows these kind of stories knows, technically the AG oversees the FBI, but if you remember Comey or other strong-willed FBI officials, when you're at that number 1, number 2 level, they sometimes fight with the DOJ. Sources say Bongino is so upset about all this, he's saying maybe he'll just leave, which would be a very quick tenure, by the way. And he would be leaving in a sort of protest or criticism of Bondi's handling of the Epstein files. Other outside agitators, including Tucker Carlson, saying she's lost confidence, maybe she has to go. He was not at work today, reportedly. Sources also say Bondi and Bongino got into a heated clash Wednesday in a high-level meeting with him, her, FBI Director Patel, And Donald Trump's #1 person who tracks all this stuff and makes the big staffing decisions, Susie Wiles, the chief of staff, who of course also ran the Victorious campaign. Axios has a report on this where Pam says her piece, Dan says his piece, didn't end on friendly terms. Bongino left angry. And you don't need to be a scholar of reporting or Watergate level intrigue to know somebody in this small meeting is leaking this stuff to Axios if it's true. A source close to Bongino saying he ain't coming back. Out of control furious is the other quote. This destroyed his career. He's threatening to quit and torch Pam unless she's fired, said someone who, again, according to that reporting, spoke with Bongino. By the way, hire podcasters and right-wing media figures to run major parts of the government, and you may find major parts of the government are being leaked on and run like another piece of podcast content. I'll come back to how some of this does swirl around MAGA content. Other parts of it, of course, are serious when you think about the victims in the original Epstein case. All of this, though, occurred because the DOJ has fallen short of the pledges that people around Trump, including Bondi, made. There were many questions about the Epstein case. From the moment of his in-custody death, this news program, for example, has reported on those questions. There are some suspicious details. This news program has not done what a lot of the internet and MAGA right-wing sort of circles have done, which is assert without evidence what maybe happened and then wait for the government to confirm it. Now we're seeing significant backlash from MAGA, probably some of the loudest against Trump since he took office. Journalists, other people following Doge and Musk may be reporting one set of props of the administration, but on the right, this is the big prop. All of this is because it was partly stoked by the very people who now say nothing to see here.
Right.
They stoked this conspiracy which imploded on them.
The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein clients. Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now. In Epstein's case, it is incredibly disturbing. We have flight logs, we have information, names that will come out.
What names are in there, man? You understand how many powerful people probably want this thing to desperately go away?
The FBI airmailed into that operation and said, this is not getting out. Because they do that because this is another government gangster operation.
Seriously, we need to release the Epstein list. That is an important thing. Release the list. That's the now vice president. The list's on my desk, the attorney general. The government gangsters, quote unquote, are in charge of all this stuff. The problem is they got the car. All those people talking up that way now have the goods. They're in the government. They used to be pointing their finger. They found it pointing at themselves, like many an old internet meme, and it's blown up on them. So this matters politically because one or more people may be out of a job. It matters in a deeper sense because we're seeing the limits of governing by clickbait or political conspiracy theory. It also could matter if any of it got back to the real questions about the Epstein case. Not whether Pam Bondi was lying when she said she had an Epstein list or is lying now when the memo says it doesn't exist, but can't be both. Now, in the FBI, there's a wider dysfunction involving some of these same people who we know from what they're saying have been spending many, many days, a lot of their energy on a client list they now say doesn't exist. But the Times is reporting that the FBI is taking the unusual step of using lie detectors for loyalty tests, subjecting personnel to questions as specific as to whether they've criticized or, quote, cast aspersions on Patel, who you just saw in that other clip talking about gangsters. This looks like something from a movie or another era, but according to the Times, it's happening. And in Trump's DOJ under Bondi, there's also a purge because there are officials who say they might be targeted not for how they're doing their job, but whether they're insufficiently, quote, politically loyal to Bondi and Trump. Fired without explanation, a culture of fear is how the Post describes it. And so one more point on all this tonight. What started as a very real question about a suspicious in-custody death, any journalist or lawyer could tell you the government's holding a high-profile detainee and they die under suspicious circumstances, you want to investigate that. What started with something real morphed into a MAGA conspiracy theory that was sold so hard by these leaders that it's blown up in their face, and more than almost anything Trump has done thus far in the second term, and you follow the news, you're familiar with it, this is the thing saddling Trump. This is the thing that has them leaking on each other, fighting with each other, talking about not coming back to work, all because the story they sold themselves blew up on themselves. I want to bring in our experts, Michelle Goldberg from the New York Times and MSNBC analyst, and Alencia Johnson, who worked on the Harris 24 campaign and wrote Flip the Tables, Everyday Disruptor's Guide to Finding Courage and Making Change. Plenty in there for the times we're in now. Welcome to both of you. Michelle, multiple things can be true. We're all for investigating and holding the government accountable. If there were problems in the original handling of Epstein, it stretches from the Trump folks who were in charge of the Bureau of Prisons at the time. If there was further cover-up or lack of transparency, that would include, of course, the ensuing Democratic administration, and now back to the Trump folks again. So there may be good questions to ask, and yet so many of the questions that have blown up in their face seem to be of their own making. In Bondi's case, saying things that she would know to be untrue.
A trick of ice water, salt, and lemon has gone viral in the last month on networks. Users report loss of up to a pound a day with this viral recipe. Watch the video.
My husband begged me to stop doing this salt and ice trick after I dropped 25 pounds in just 2 weeks. If you've been using salt and ice once a week and haven't lost at least 3 inches from your belly, you're doing it wrong. I didn't know until I found a twist that changed everything.
I'll be right back.
I'm curious. What is salt and ice?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, I should say I don't really have very many priors about this. I'm inclined to believe that if there was evidence that Epstein was murdered, or if there was evidence of a so-called client list, given that we've had first Trump in charge, then Biden, now Trump again, there would be somebody who had the incentive to leak it or to put that out there. You know, that said, there are, you said earlier, there are a lot of weird things about this case, including now the changed metadata on the tape that they put out. But I think the key is two things. One, that Pam Bondi has made these statements that can't be reconciled. Either she was lying outright and kind of getting the MAGA people's hopes up when she said, I have this list on my desk, you know, or she's lying now when she says no such lists exist and there's nothing there. And I think that part of it is that there's a difference between someone like Pam Bondi, who could have been a Republican official in a lot of different administrations, and someone like Dan Bongino, who is purely a creature of the MAGA world, would never be in the FBI under any other president, and then sort of has no political or entertainment future if he is seen by the MAGA base as a traitor. You know, Pam Bondi is more of a sort of Bill.
Did you want to hear more, Lisa, or you good?
I'm trying to. Everybody's saying the right and the correct thing. Okay, this is a conspiracy to be a conspiracy.
I just want to know if Deborah's mad at Ari for saying the same thing I did about the Biden administration. That's what I.
Debbie.
Yeah, I'm over here trying to cook and wash my dishes. I ain't mad at Ari, and I ain't mad at you. I just called out what you're doing. I called you out.
Ari said the exact same thing.
Yeah,
because it's true.
The prisons, the Bureau of Prisons, was not investigated under Biden. But he didn't. The man died on Trump's watch. And according to you and everybody, Biden was not in his right mind.
I'm referencing the Biden administration. I'm referencing the Biden administration. And Merrick Garland is the head of the DOJ, so he could have decided to.
But CEO, what happens if Trump and them destroyed all the evidence?
And that's the other thing. They're out saying.
What happens if they destroyed all the evidence?
He didn't have all this information on his desk. So make it be the same thing. Make what Bondi doing be the same thing that the Biden administration did or didn't do. She's the one.
All the files Bondi has, the Biden administration would have had. What are we talking about? She would have
gotten. We're talking about what she said. We don't know that. We're talking about what she said.
Okay, now I'm really confused. So y'all saying Bondi just Bondi made up the files? He just created them? She didn't get them from the Biden administration?
You tell us.
No, but
When you
CEO,
tell us, she don't know where they are now. She don't have them. So you tell us.
So
But you tell us.
telling me.
You the one know
She's
everything
been
that's
lying
going
the
on
whole
in there.
time.
You
She's been
got all
lying
the
the whole
We're on a
time.
trend right
But
now.
why you don't have to answer that
Trend.
question? Why you can't answer that question?
And
You got all
because
the
she's been
answers.
lying the whole time. Deb, I'm answering it. She's been lying the whole time. What are you talking about?
How do you know she's
Okay
lying?
then. If she been lying about what the whole time? What's the lie?
The whole thing, the whole thing has been a lie.
This
It's
whole
Trump's
thing has been a
narrative.
lie. There's
It's
no
Trump's
list.
narrative.
There's no list.
Oh, no, there's no list. It's
Okay, but I'm asking you, what is she lying about?
Oh, that she was gonna
They're
release.
lying about, she was lying about their intention to release a list. That's what she was lying about. The intention to release the list has been a lie the entire.
Okay. And that means that, and Biden, and so it was necessary to interject Biden administration in her life.
They gonna have to.
It never had to be a thing. Who made it a thing? Who made it a thing?
But Lisa made this point earlier, right? That like if you're supposed to pursue justice and there's a crime, then there was a justice to pursue between 2021 and 2025, right? But there was no interest. There was no interest in pursuing that
According
justice.
to
There was
you,
interest in it.
according to you, it was
There was
not
interest in
pursued
it.
because it happened near the end of the Trump administration, and they didn't want to start an investigation and not be able
No,
to
I didn't
finish.
say that.
So
No, that's not what I didn't say that. No, I
It is
said that
that.
anything they started, they wouldn't have finished. That's what I said. I said they wouldn't
That's
have
what I
finished.
just said. That's what I just
No,
said.
you said they did. You said you said they didn't start it.
The same thing you
No,
said,
you said
but
no. You said they didn't start it.
You got it.
You said I said something about they didn't start it. You didn't say something about starting it. You didn't say something about that.
Hey, Deborah, you know what I find funny? Look at how much energy CEO puts into Biden stuff, but when it comes to Trump issue, well, he was lying. That's it. It's always just a two-word thing against Trump. And he can go on this 5-minute rant about shit that should have been happening under the Biden administration. CEO,
Right, and then say that I'm mad at him. I'm not mad at him. I'm just calling a spade a spade. That's all I'm doing.
JD, there's a very simple reason for that. There's 42 people on here who will take the Biden side on anything.
So you're a contrarian, is what you're saying.
Yes, I'm a contrarian. Yes, I am. Surprise. I'm a contrarian. Surprise.
He a loyalist.
And guess what? And JD, guess what? Guess what? My ass got fried in all the Trump rooms last year when I said I was supporting Harris, right? My ass got fried. I lost friends. My ass got fried.
Your friends, baby. You talking about
You lost friends.
I got fried over that.
That's a
You mean
I don't like just hearing the same thing over and over again. So I push the other side for a conversation to be fully left out.
No, you want to put.
Oh my God. Okay.
A contrarian will actually bring up facts. You make up bullshit.
What did I make up? Go ahead. Name it, guy who doesn't know who Lyndon B. Johnson is. Name it, JD. Go ahead. Name it.
To get off the stuff, man. I know who Johnson is.
Okay, JD. What did I make up? What did I make up? Doc? What did I make up?
You just literally said that was lying about.
CEO, you're badgering right
I didn't say.
You made up the fact that she was not going to bring it out now because they were trying to protect Clinton. That was one of the things. That was one of the things you said
You
tonight.
didn't say that.
Clinton, RFK
But you don't
Jr.
think nobody paying attention to what you say. You sound so good.
Clinton, Bannon, RFK Jr. A bunch of people.
Not fucking around and say you support Trump.
Clinton, Bannon, RFK Jr., etc. Yeah, JD, don't come at me with that bullshit. don't come at me like that. Don't come at me. Don't come at me, JD. Don't come at me, JD. You don't want it. You don't want it, JD. You want to go wrong? Let's go wrong. Let's go wrong right now. Let's go. Let's go, JD. Let's go. Let's go. Go for it. What you got to say? What you got to say? Go ahead, JD. Go for it. What's up?
Too crazy.
Go for it, man. Go ping your buddies, man. Send me the Anthony.
My CEO trying to say what's up.
I got your back, JD.
I can't with y'all.
And Patty's here too, so don't you worry about it.
So CEO, you said something that's very troubling, that you think that the Trump and them started an investigation, they had evidence, and they turned it all over to Biden, which would have involved Trump name appearing on the list. You think the former Attorney General would have done that? And also the acting Attorney General's posting was even worse. They wouldn't have turned over all that evidence. That evidence was scuttered, destroyed.
There was some level of investigation, right?
Yes, like the missing 130 minutes on the tape. Where is that at? That was
I don't know. No, listen.
Exactly. They destroyed it.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I mean, there would have been some level of investigation, and whatever they had would have been turned over to the Biden administration.
It wasn't an investigation, it was a cover-up. There's a difference.
Okay. Probably. I'm not going to disagree with you on that.
You have good perspective.
I ain't going to disagree with you on that. What were you saying, JD? What were you saying, JD? What did you say, JD? You seem a little late to the party, Bear. You seem a little late to the party, Bear.
Oh, is that your comeback? Oh, shit. I'm in no danger then if that's all you got.
Come on, CEO. We be
Jay, I want to send you the party invite before I send it to CEO, so you get there beforehand.
No, you're telling me it was irrelevant.
Well, you shut your ass up. You better be glad you got grace that you even on this damn.
Yeah, Water, I almost kicked you out.
I ain't on CEO side here. Hold up now.
Water's back.
I don't care what side you on. You shouldn't be talking in between telling somebody that they should be better off this together. Especially after all the stuff that you did cause this week.
Alright. I ain't even know how to respond.
And JD, what is your theory, by the way?
My theory of this whole thing is when Trump is guilty, number one, it's fucking obvious. He brainwashed his cult. And, bottom line is there's so much evidence that Trump was pals with Epstein on a level where he was messing with children.
Yep.
These girls that came out and they got older, they talked about it. And there was shit going on. It was obvious. And then he manipulated. Okay, so then when he becomes president, he took the opportunity to start cleaning that shit up. We know Epstein disappeared. We know that motherfucker disappeared under his administration. He took that opportunity to clean shit up. And I don't know to what extent. I don't know to what extent.
What percentage sure are you? I just wanted to ask.
We have breaking news. We have breaking news from one of our weak leaders. AOC, did y'all see her tweet? She said, quote, as of 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time today, and this is from her tweet, let's call it what it is. This is from her ex. It's like, wow, who would have thought that electing a rapist would have complicated the release of the Epstein file?
That part?
Word up.
Wake it up, AOC. Wake
Word up.
So, what confident of you?
Okay. What do you mean? I'm reading you what you said. Are we? See, this is exactly. Now, I'm not trying to push AOC to the front of the Democratic Party because that's not
we're deciding intelligently, and we're gonna go through this and systematically decide. But this is what I'm talking about. Instead of us sitting back and not saying nothing, we need to, if Dems don't jump all over, and we will, this right here, this is a second layup. This game is, this is good. This is like this is seniors playing the freshman class, okay? She gonna take this layup. She just said, wow, who would have thought that electing a rapist would have complicated the release of the Epstein files? Bye-yow. So this administration, if we don't take advantage of all this shit that's right up in our face, all the gifts we've been given, I'm not gonna say if, I say we are gonna take advantage of it. So, take it as you want to, my dear.
You want them to go low, and I agree.
Lower.
Yeah.
That's not even low enough.
Exactly.
And it's the truth.
But it ain't even low, it's just the truth, like you just said.
Are there any lies included in this statement? Are there any none whatsoever? So let's keep it going. Let's get these people out of here and get them onto MAGA Island so we can just move on as a country and try to rebuild ourselves, because this is trash. Straight trash.
So Lisa, does this mean you're going to issue me an apology? Because I've said since December that AOC was going to become the front runner, and you said that was ludicrous. You said it was crazy. You said that was crazy, Lisa. A lot of y'all said that was crazy. A lot of you.
That makes all between us. I don't know what's going on between us.
No, Lisa,
but I never. Come on, I never. Did I just say that? Did I say
that? You're not propping AOC up.
That's exactly what I said.
Exactly.
And I don't know what CEO over there drinking and sipping and smoking and dipping.
Yeah, to put away that was the goal.
Didn't you just applaud her? Didn't you just applaud her?
That don't mean she's gonna be president.
Applaud somebody. Don't mean I'm with them. Okay, I mean I don't understand what's going on with you, CEO. I really
don't. And so you don't, and you don't,
step out of the MAGA car.
And you don't think that she's gonna keep doing this and keep getting energy.
But her and others, it's not just her job alone. It's for our entire party. It is not AOC's job or responsibility to carry this party over the fucking finish line. It's all our jobs. So we're going to keep on pressing. We're going to do the press. I forgot the name of that play that with my son's basketball.
She's polling number 2 right now.
No, you're not making this the thing. Let me speak for the Democratic Party, of which you're not a member.
CEO, she's always the last time a president came out of Congress.
Hold on, let me say this. We don't elect and put up our leaders in the Democratic Party based on their zingers. We go a lot deeper than that. So we don't want to take your framing of having AOC be part of leadership, and that's that. We're here for the foot soldiers in the fight.
But Scott, when was the last time the Democrats picked somebody out of Congress to run for president?
The House of Reps. It's been a very, very, very long time.
Exactly. So y'all
it's
are
not
listening
happening.
to
She's
CEO.
going to run for Senate in New York before anything else, and that's going to be a tough uphill battle.
So, okay, so we need to do a review. I need a moment, because we got Doge, we got, what's this dude's name? The Tesla guy, we got Trump, we got Epstein. I mean, let's try to make something out of this. Let me go on mute while you guys are talking, because this is a disaster. It is a disastrous 5 months. Don't you guys just wish you could close your eyes and go back to the Biden days, the Obama days? Any days but these days, because this is a hot, stinky, ugly mess that we're in this country, and we have not moved 1 inch forward since this man has brought his greasy ass into the White House. We haven't moved like 1 inch forward. How are we doing? Are you doing better today than you were 5 months ago? Jesus, it's too much. Okay, so I'm gonna go on mute while I try to figure out how to wrap all this up because this is crazy. And CEO knows it. He knows it's in a hot ass mess. He's starting to wear short sleeves again under his suit. You know this is hot ass mess, right, CEO?
Yes, it's a hot mess. Yes.
Okay, say it with your chest. I'm gonna go on mute.
Taking bets, AOC would be the Democratic candidate. He might also take a bet.
What I tell y'all, we already talked about
Shut
the
up.
mess.
Look what they do every time.
Matt, you finished in the bedroom
Look what they
already?
do every
How many
time.
minutes was this? You
Talk
in the bedroom all fucking ready.
Seconds up.
Alright, Lisa, I want you to mark this recording. AOC will start out as a front runner.
No.
The Dems will get mad. Hold on. She start out as a front runner. The Dems will get mad. They'll be like, oh, hell no. They'll try to push Shapiro. The people who like AOC will get mad. And then we'll compromise on Newsom. So Newsom will get the nomination.
All right, this is a fantasy story.
That's wrong.
Why do the Marcus have?
They were already talking about Newsom. So your narrative ain't.
And yesterday, he was talking about Jasmine Crockett having the out. Y'all were hollering and screaming while I was in Whole Foods. So now they're pushing AOC. Yesterday they were dragging.
This is what
they were dragging Crockett, but today they're elevating.
So who wants to? Wait, I'll make a wager. AOC will be #1 in polling at some time in 2026. Does anyone want to disagree with that? Anybody? Yeah, she'll be in first place. She'll be in first place. She's second behind Buttigieg. Buttigieg is #1 right now.
Clyburn was with Gavin yesterday.
Buttigieg. You guys know good fucking well, and I love me some.
Happening.
And he ain't. Do you understand what I'm saying? And see how these Republicans are trying to set us up. Don't listen to this shit.
I don't think Buttigieg has any chance to get the nomination, but he's leading right now. Yeah, I don't think he has any, but he'll probably win a state or two. But yeah, he doesn't have a chance.
He's not winning those states.
And he's not running.
No, he'll win Iowa.
He's not winning.
No, he ain't running. He ain't running. Go listen to these Republicans. Okay.
So
wow.
So CEO, is Trump running for a third term?
Yes.
No, it'll be.
Shut the fuck up. We didn't ask you.
It'll be JD Vance. I guess Rubio's gonna run. He should, and then I don't know who's gonna be beyond that. I don't know how competitive it will be. I'm not sure.
Christy Lauren Trump is gonna run.
Could she potentially be?
He don't know that. He don't know about them, but he knows about the Democrats. What's going on?
Donald Trump.
Y'all catch that?
No, you were pretty convincing about the Democrats. You really wanted to make a bet about the Democrats, but about your folks.
Truth be told, you don't know on either side, but you know Democrats.
Dev, you want to make a wager? I'm happy to.
New York City's about to vote a communist into office.
Yeah, it's not gonna be a socialist or a
It's
not a communist. Wait, can we define what communism is?
You elected a pedophile in Trump. You elected a pedophile on the Epstein list to be president.
Yeah, the communist is not even the right label. Do you know your definition, sir? Meanwhile, you have fucking Governor Abbott, who's a full-on fascist, and you got a pedophile as president. So what say you?
Oranges.
What standards do you have as a
Abbott will run. Abbott will run.
And nobody going to vote for a guy in a wheelchair.
Texas, of course he's gonna run.
Yeah, he'll run for president. DeSantis will probably run. Okay, so there's 4. Vance, DeSantis, Abbott, and Rubio.
Laura Trump is gonna run.
What about Scott?
When did Greg Abbott say he was? I never.
Oh, Tim Scott. You talking about Tim Scott? Matt, seriously?
Wait a minute.
Oh, come on. Come on, Matt. Come on.
CEO, can I just say something? To CEO? Y'all owe Timmy that for wearing a hole in his tap dance shoes. Y'all owe him that because he was sold out.
But Lisa,
and he got nothing for it.
Lisa, he sold out.
Well, he didn't get a wife. Lisa, you're wrong.
He sold out. He sold out way too easy, Lisa. He sold out way too easy. Way too easy.
He was selling out before this even started. He was started selling out in 1972.
See you.
He won the Step and Fetch It award though.
Exactly. He sold out so much he got married.
How about our closet gay Lindsey Graham?
Lindsey didn't get married. No, Lindsey didn't get married for a nomination.
He's never been married.
And they made Tim Scott marry a white girl.
I know.
That's why I said you need to give him that. He went through all that. He even got a wife he didn't want.
But still.
But he showed he's not a leader.
All the MAGAs are married to white women. That's why you don't care about black issues.
See, when you look at J.D. Vance's incumbent, though.
Oh, damn.
Stupid ass. His incumbent.
I didn't hear it. What'd you say, ML?
I said all the MAGA men are married to white women. So that's why they don't care about black issues.
I don't think Jenkins isn't Jenkins married to a black woman? Isn't Jenkins married to a black woman? John Jenkins.
John Jenkins, he's one, but look at the majority of all the others.
That's John Jenkins.
That's the first time I heard that.
Michigan. He's a black congressman out of Michigan.
He wears cowboy boots, and he ain't from Texas.
Wouldn't J.D. Vance be the incumbent, though?
Eyeliner?
What's that supposed to mean? He ain't from Texas. It don't matter. I mean,
Well, he got cowboy boots all the damn time, and he ain't from Texas, so.
yeah, the way y'all be saying stuff, y'all ain't never lived there. Y'all got a description of our state that we're poor. We all ride horses.
Not Texas.
We sit in traffic all day. That's not
You do sit in traffic all day. You do sit in traffic all day.
Okay.
You absolutely do.
I know. Listen, I've lived in Texas when I was a kid. All my family lives in Texas. Brother, sister, uncle, and all live in Texas.
Technology as well. That's a given.
so,
Just real quick, IRS, is now giving unlimited access to the to ICE. So that's a problem. In the Electronic Freedom Frontier, or whatever, EFF, they're suing. They're suing right now. Right now, it's caught up in the court.
Yeah, they're gonna get shut down, IRS, finally, and that would make nothing. That would make
Water, go on mute. You're still on probation.
Happier.
You're still on probation for the shit you've done.
Probation.
Just listen.
I think probation is the other route. I think
Go to people's back channel.
Oh, who you
I
defending?
think somebody paid for water does not be on probation.
It doesn't matter the who. It's just a
I
matter
know.
of what
I
you
think
do.
they're a big boy and they can talk for themselves, like we've been discussing.
So
They're
water,
not that
okay,
kind
they're
of
gonna get
people
rid of the
who care about
IRS.
my shit, you know?
They're gonna rid of the
what about
IRS. How is the government gonna fund itself?
Little boy, you
Tariffs?
know lightly.
That's a good
Tariffs?
question. I have a lot to learn. I'm
Are
still
you
learning.
okay?
I don't know it all. I don't know it all. I'm just saying what I know.
Oh, shit, man.
Water, you sound like a MAGA every day.
Listen. Don't label me and don't say shit you can't take back. We have over $250 billion in white gold under
You
gold.
gonna
We
tell
have
somebody
money.
not to say something that they can't take
We're
back?
not getting rid of the IRS.
Can't take back.
What are you talking about, Water?
I ain't taking shit back. I stand on what I said.
Can I come in with some breaking news?
Go for it, Sue.
yeah.
A federal judge today ordered the Trump administration to halt indiscriminate immigration stops and arrests in 7 California counties, including LA. Immigrant advocacy groups filed the lawsuit last week accusing President Donald Trump's administration of systematically targeting brown-skinned people in Southern California during its ongoing immigration crackdown. The plaintiffs included 3 detained immigrants and 2 U.S. citizens, one who was held despite showing agents his identification. The filing in the U.S. District Court asked a judge to block the administration from using what they call unconstitutional tactics in immigration raids. Immigrant advocates accuse immigration officials of detaining someone based on their race, carrying out warrantless arrests, and denying detainees access to legal counsel at a holding facility in downtown LA. Tricia McLaughlin, Assistant U.S. Secretary of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, said in an email that, quote, any claims that individuals have been, quote unquote, targeted by law enforcement because of their skin color are disgusting and categorically false, unquote. McLaughlin said, in quotes, enforcement operations are highly targeted and officers do their due diligence before making arrests. Judge Maine E. Frimpong also issued a separate order barring the federal government from restricting attorney access at a Los Angeles immigration detention facility. The judge issued the orders the day after a hearing during which advocacy groups argued that the government was violating the 4th and 5th Amendments of the Constitution. Immigrants and Latino communities across Southern California have been on edge for weeks since the Trump administration stepped up arrests at car washes, Home Depot parking lots, immigration courts, and a range of businesses. Tens of thousands of people participated in rallies in the regions over the raids and the subsequent deployment of the National Guard and the Marines. The order also applies to Ventura County, where busloads of workers were detained on Thursday while the court hearing was underway, after federal agents descended on the cannabis farm, leading to clashes with protesters and multiple injuries. It doesn't say there was a death, but there was. According to the American Civil Liberties Union, the recent wave of immigration enforcement has been driven by the arbitrary arrest quota and based on broad stereotypes based on race or ethnicity. When detaining the 3-day laborers who are plaintiffs in the lawsuit, all immigration agents knew about them is that they were Latino and were dressed in construction work clothes. The filing said. It goes on to describe raids at swap meets, Home Depots, and where witnesses say federal agents grabbed anyone who looked Hispanic. ACLU attorney Mohammed Tajar said Brian Gavidia, one of the U.S. citizens who was detained, was physically assaulted for no other reason other than he was Latino and working at a tow yard in a predominantly Latin neighborhood. Tajar asked why immigration agents detained everyone at a car wash except 2 white workers, according to a declaration by the car wash worker, if race wasn't involved. Representing the government, attorney Sean, whose last name I can't even say, said there was no evidence that federal immigration agents considered race in their arrest, and they only considered appearance as part of their totality of circumstances, including prior surveillance and interaction with people in the field. In some cases, they also operated off-targeted individual packages, he said. The Department of Homeland Security has policy and training to ensure compliance with the 4th Amendment, this guy said. Lawyers for Immigrant Defenders, Law Center, and other groups say they have also denied access to the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement Facility in downtown LA, known as B-18, on several occasions since June, according to court documents. Lawyer Mark Rosenblum said in one incident, on June 7th, attorneys attempted to shout out basic rights at a bus of people detained by immigration agents in downtown LA when the government drivers honked their horns to drown them out and chemical munitions akin to tear gas were deployed. This other attorney said access was only restricted to protect the employees and the detainees during violent protests, and it has since been restored. Rosenbaum said lawyers were denied access even on days without any demonstrations nearby, and that the people detained are also not given sufficient access to phones or informed that the lawyers were even available to them. He said the facility lacks adequate food and beds, which he called coercive to get people to sign papers to agree to leave the country, and consulting an attorney. Attorney General for 18 Democratic states also filed briefs in support of the orders. U.S. Customs and Border Protection agents were already barred from making warrantless arrests in a large swath of eastern California after a federal judge issued a preliminary injunction in April. That was the article.
Thank you, Sue, for that. And,
You're welcome.
And the race will be continuing. Nobody's following no, you guys, okay. No one is following no court, nothing.
That does not, yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna go on, and it's gonna go on, and it's gonna go on, so,
What I just read, being one that actually lives here, that didn't bring me comfort. I'm just saying. You know, it didn't make me want to go out and have go to the beach tomorrow. It just, I'm sorry. It didn't make me want to go back downtown and shop in the alley. It just, no. No.
Where's all those winning MAGA? They're out tonight picking grapes and strawberries. That's why I can't get them in the room. They sent me a text message and they said that they all accepted those jobs, those 12-hour shifts of picking strawberries. That's what they told me. Infinity said he's on the banana detail. So.
Not the banana.
Well, I'm just saying what they're telling me. I don't know what else to say to you guys, but is any other time like yesterday they were in here going crazy about Jasmine Crockett, how she was it yesterday? Yeah, how she quit.
No, that was 2 days ago. That client.
Was it 2 days ago?
Yeah.
It seemed like it was yesterday. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's why I had to go to sleep last night and be quiet because Negro wore me out.
But it's more to come because she took out, well, we won't even start on that because then that'll take us out what we were talking about. Let's just finish this round of talks out. But there is, I'm glad she read that article because I'm not going to play this whole thing because I know you guys don't want to be hearing clips and articles all night. That you guys would want to be crashing out on each other. But just this first couple of seconds of this and then I'm good with it. So, oh, wait, hold on. I got an echo in my own house. Hold on for a second.
Do y'all think he's playing possum? You think he'll come back?
Who's playing possum?
Jasmine? Is she intimidated?
What did she do? Well, what did Jasmine Crockett do?
Why would she be intimidated? Hold on, let me play this and then we'll go to Jasmine then, if you guys insist. Hold on.
It has become the largest federal law enforcement.
Wait, hold on for a second. Okay, here we go.
ICE has become the largest federal law enforcement agency for one reason only. Its charge is to make America white again. And I think that's really important for us to insist upon. This is not about violent criminals. This is not about safety. This is about trying to address demographic shifts. Trying to address demographic shifts that disrupt a particular understanding or particular view of the American polity. And I think it's important for us to begin to report it in this way. It's not about Stephen Miller and his quota. It's not about Holman cosplaying Bull Connor. It's really about what is driving this immigration policy. And I think it's deeply, I think I know, it's profoundly racist. And it's rooted in an ideology that's tied to, bound up with white nationalism. And you guys talked about this not too long ago. J.D. Vance gave us an ideological framing for it. And I think we need to begin to think about this immigration policy as they try to implement it in light of what it's really aiming to do. It's not about safety, guys.
It's not about safety. Yeah, it's not about safety. It's never been about safety, Andre. I think the difference is it's not even that they're saying the quiet part out loud. I mean, there's nothing subtextual about this. They are saying we are now okay with racial profiling. And I think there are different iterations of the U.S. government where you would have had a government official saying that and there would have actually been a check on that power. I think the thing that is hard to contend with right now, Andrea.
Okay, that's all over the place. So do you disagree or you agree? Because yesterday there were 200 people arrested in California. 200 people at the farm, at the cannabis farm, I believe it was. 200 people. And did anybody disagree that this is about making America white again?
Making America white again. Make America white. Yeah, they're gonna have to explain how we're gonna fill those jobs, right? So I guess those, like I keep saying, I guess those were the black jobs. So I'll wait for, for us to start taking those jobs. But if that doesn't happen, then yeah, MAGA has to explain it to me.
So are we gonna stay, Lisa?
They were the ones complaining. The MAGAs are gonna take them jobs.
Lisa, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. So, are we supposed to stay here in FAFO, or should we just go ahead and leave and self-deport?
I don't have a problem with self-deporting. I'll be able to take care of myself successfully wherever I go because I got the skills to pay the bills. But everybody can't just get up and do that. Everybody can't.
Okay, but I'm just saying. Do you want to get your strawberry company or not? Do you want to leave and avoid picking cotton and strawberries? Or what? I mean, like, come on now. These people have chosen this destination for us. So should we stay, or we're gonna wait for them to make us pick the cotton and the strawberries?
I told you guys what I'm about is can everybody go though? And somebody, it's first. Let me be honest with you. Some of these mofos we need to leave. I'm gonna start talking like King Prince. I'm gonna start being like King Prince. Some of y'all start picking some goddamn vegetables and get back on the plantation. Some of y'all need to stay because a lot of you guys voted for this. I'm not going to use any, yeah, y'all need to stay. Stay on here and don't be on WhatsApp trying to contact my ass either. Just stay here, pick the fucking grapes, pick the cotton, sweep the floors, wash the dishes, do whatever you got. Rub Master's feet, let him put his feet on your head. You see the pictures of that slave where Master had his foot on his woolly head because man. That's what y'all black MAGA's gonna be doing. All right.
That's a fact. Somebody said a ban.
I gotta say, so we can rebuttal here. I gotta compromise. I think we should get the automated robots, and we just name the robots white names. We name the robot Chad. Name the robot.
Are you on mushrooms right now? No, we are not. But that's not what they're trying to do.
Never asked
Cotton picking robot.
I do. Water. Stay away from the products. Stay away from the products, friends. Stay away from the products. Exactly. Stay away from that product. Okay? It's going to be all right.
It's about identity politics, so I'm just, leaning into it.
Yeah, we in trouble.
If you gotta explain a joke.
Brooklyn must be asleep. Brooklyn, you sleep? Brooklyn.
Every night at this time. Every night. Thank you.
Okay, so let's see. Where are we going? Welcome to the 420, you guys. This is Friday Night Fights. I thought it was going to be Friday Night Lights, but it is Friday Night Fights. It's the one MAGA against the dependable and critically thinking Democrats, and he's losing. Like the whole MAGA party. It's just crazy ass shit going on, and we try to simplify it, and like what happens when you cook something down and you cook it down and try to concentrate it and make it seem like it isn't what it is. This is the biggest fucking mess. If y'all go on and put breaking news into your search engine, it's all about the dumb shit that these MAGA-loving, Trump dick sucking people got us into. All across, not just here, all around the world. All around the motherfucking world. Now he's gonna put a 50% tariff on Brazil. Why? On some bull. He dragging us behind him, grifting all the way, and it just I can't, y'all. Let me try. I was trying to figure out a way how to wrap this into a beautiful, big, beautiful bow, but I just can't. It's just too much of a mess. This is too much. Absolutely too much.
How many of y'all think that Dan Bongino and Kash Patel are going to be working at the FBI for much longer?
Oh, they will. Bondi will resign. Bondi will resign. Yeah, Bondi will. So they'll forget it, Bondi.
Oh, she's gonna take the fall.
Yes, Bondi's gonna take the fall. Yes, and then they will talk endless trash about her after. They will talk endless trash about her after, and they'll try to bury the entire Epstein thing with her.
And then who's going to release the Epstein files at that point?
Well, we're gonna say that Bondi basically destroyed everything or whatever. We're gonna make it so that it died with her.
The whipping girl.
Yeah, that'll placate the masses real well.
Well, they're gonna blame her or Cash, and that's why he's threatening to step down. I think he sees the writing on the wall. He's being set up. He's like, oh fuck y'all. You know?
No. CEO said they're all in on it.
I know that, but CEO is like. He's
so what
right.
do you mean the writing on the wall? They're all writing on the wall. They are the ones writing on the wall. He said that they are all. This is a big. Did you call this a ruse? CEO?
A narrative. A narrative.
Okay.
A narrative.
So okay, whatever. Tomato. So and so what? You know what, Dems? You know what, right? Lefties? Let's just let it burn. We don't give a damn who's attached to the stake. Let's just let it burn, and let's just add kerosene while it's burning. I don't care. Bondi can go. Danny DeBino, whatever his name, can go. Low cash, no cash can go. Counterfeit cash. I don't care. I do not care. Let them all just burn.
Cam Blondie.
And I will say this: if Bongino and Patel actually do go, it's the beginning of the end of the administration. I will fold in on this.
I agree with that part. That part I agree with. And
Patel and all this will not have a career anymore.
That you ain't said nothing but a word.
If Patel and them do resign, well, regardless of resign or not, but if they resign, they should not have a damn career anymore. Their career should be over.
They won't.
Oh no, they'll have. Well, JD, you gotta look at it like this though. If they resign because of her integrity, they'd be resigning out of her integrity, right? So if we're gonna get big speaking deals, we're gonna have a huge book. They'll be set for life.
No career in public service.
They will be making those coins.
Because bottom line is, these guys were intelligent people, meaning, right? Look at their fields, and they didn't catch on to this shit before they took their jobs. They knew this shit was going down. They knew how all this shit was going down in the first place. So clearly, they're part of the career.
You know how pathetic it all is? He tried selling his book on the first time he went on Joe Rogan because he knows he's going to step down. And you want to know something even worse? It's probably written by ChatGPT, y'all. Like, I really don't see it in him. Like, taking the time, the wherewithal, the fortitude to really unpack it.
They get a ghostwriter.
Or a ghostwriter, but they're probably using ChatGPT.
Okay, this is crazy. So I'm putting my own child on punishment for saying that I should change the name from the 420 Lounge to the new Black MAGA Room.
Dead.
She's been listening to the CEO for the last hour and a half. She's listening.
Take your phone away. You can't do that.
Take your phone away.
She will not be leaving her room the entire weekend for that shit. It's like the new Black MAGA, really?
Take your phone away, then she'll know.
Wait, Lisa, I came in here because it said 420 listening lounge. I didn't know you. I didn't know any of these people. I saw 420 and I raced in here. If it says New Black MAGA, I'll be seeing y'all later.
I'm with you, Scotty. Thank you.
Hey, that could be the reason we be getting some,
Oh yeah. I'll just change the title.
That's
okay?
a fact.
The New Black MAGA Movement. Okay, this is
What's going on?
What? No. I thought you said you was putting them on punishment, not adhering to the request. What's going on?
No, I was just kidding. I would never. So, but the invite is open once again to all our MAGAs at the bottom that want to come up from the listening lounge. Come here.
Tell them that they're on the Lisa Protection Program, LPP.
Oh, yeah. They know. You know, I got you guys. You see
Maybe
how
if the new members are here, they don't know that. So you need to
okay,
explain that
so let me, all right. Let us reset the room. Welcome once again to the 420. If we have any MAGAs, regardless of the flavor, down in the listening lounge, you're welcome to come to the stage. You will be covered. You will be covered by top left. You will not be talked over. You won't be muted. You won't be silenced. You won't be dropped. You won't be banned. You won't be kicked into the hallway. You will get the respect that you deserve on this stage. We want to hear from you. We want to learn from you. We want to grow from you. So, and I'm not being sarcastic. Everybody here knows me coming up, and we want to hear from you. What do you think about the big, beautiful? I need something for the B. Let me go to let me go to my thesaurus. I'll be back. But this is a big ass mess. I think. I don't remember.
Brooklyn College.
Yeah.
It's a big bitch ass bill.
Bitch at the big bitch ass bill.
I'm listening to you.
Yeah.
You can always use botched.
You know I see
something. We need something nasty for this occasion. Let me try to figure out something.
Bang.
We oh, God. So anybody else want to come up, or anyone on the stage want to add something to the conversation? Welcome, Michael. You got anything to add to the conversation?
I'm just listening in, at this point.
Good to see you.
I mean, it's just,
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, you too.
This is Friday Night Bites in the 420. And I'm just trying to we're supposed to be going to Jasmine Crockett. That's where we're supposed to go. Okay.
Yes.
I'm really, yesterday we were told that she ran because that the Democrats are not supporting her. We know that's all lies and all lies. Don't y'all believe that. Don't believe that mega lie. Here, I was asking the person who was arguing us down to the ground yesterday to present some evidence. Remember? I said, you saying all this, present some evidence. None was provided. There was nothing in her own writing or in her voice that said she was running because she wasn't getting support from, she was leaving or she was quitting or she was bowing out because of there was no support for her from the Democratic Party. I don't believe it. I think she is weighing strategically her options, and that's just something that she felt at the time wasn't going to be the right fit for her, and I agree. So let me see if I can find something on that. Anybody know anything else about that? What happened?
I know she's currently polling at 35% ahead of all Reddies at 20 among Democratic voters.
I'm laughing because I in the chat talk about how much I go and pick pick strawberries for, but I ain't gonna pick cotton for nothing. It don't matter. Yeah,
it's $9 an hour. Did y'all see that?
They said in the chat $50 an hour plus a whole month PTO plus full benefits. That's what they'll do it for.
This is live.
And I don't blame them.
Strawberries.
I ain't doing this for that.
Strawberries gonna be $100.
On the planet.
Wow, man.
You are all Pimpin', y'all don't even know how easy that would be. You know how much fucking food there is? And like, oh my god, we waste so much.
We about to spend the whole, it won't be no wasteful spending when it comes to food. That's for sure, cause.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, so as of an hour ago, okay, this don't even look like her. She looks good with the shorter thing, okay? This one says Donald Trump this is what Crockett said. I'm liking this feeling right now. They making my Friday night. I'm really feeling good about this night, okay? Usually I go to sleep with a major headache, but this is great. She said as of 1 hour ago, Donald Trump is a failure and a fraud. And Representative Crockett vows to shed light on President. That's where it ends off. We need to hear this. We need to hear this. This is as of an hour ago. What you talking about, girl? What you talking about, Jasmine? This is some good shit right here.
I like that segment.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can pull it because there is audio on it. And she also said a day ago, Jasmine Crockett accuses Trump of being a racist in greeting the Liberian president. Did you guys in 420 hear that little clip of what he said about the black man can read? Or no, it wasn't read. That the black man he can speak well. How did you learn how to speak English that good? I'm paraphrasing. Y'all if y'all ain't heard it, I'll try to find a tiny little clip.
It was a slight, yeah.
Okay, so
I would like to say something.
Yes, Michael, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, with this thing that we're talking about with Jasmine Crockett, like Trump being a racist and him talking, poorly to these African leaders and just all the stuff that's going on, none of this really matters at this point. So if there's no change in the House, we have to get a change in the House of Representatives. In my opinion, nothing, because the courts have caved. Like the Supreme Court is just like giving Trump like victory after victory after victory. I think there's some other stuff coming up. Definitely with a question like birthright citizenship. Clarence Thomas wants to get a provision of the Voting Rights Act struck down that will just make it, more difficult for people to be able to vote. As far as like for them to change the complexion of what's going on, like basically taking away power from like different like racial groups. They're definitely doing the whole whitening up thing of America. So unless we do get the House where like you start to get 2/3 majority, they start to work on things like an impeachment or different legislation, like we're pretty much screwed until November if we have midterms. Like you keep talking about playing with elections, but we have to have that, in my opinion, because if not, all this stuff, it's just going to be like performative until we get to that, because nothing's really going to be able to happen, in my opinion.
Any response or rebuttal?
No, I mean, I put in the chat, but I will say this, and you heard it here first. Alito and Thomas will resign if Republicans don't look like they're going to win in 2026 the Senate, so that Trump can appoint somebody, and he may even do it recess because they don't care about the law anymore, so that he can appoint younger Alito and Thomases on the bench to last forever.
I thought about that today, Scotty, when I read this article, looking at like Clarence Thomas. I started looking back at him, like back at the Anita Hill stuff, and like him and Jenny, and like when they were younger, and their pictures getting married. He's an old dude now, and it's like definitely with him and Lee, that's like super scary to me. Trump has already like changed the court so much. It's really, that shit is super scary. So the only path for us is the House of Representatives. In my opinion, it's like getting like the House of Representatives.
For sure. Oh yeah, for sure. He's trying to get a rise out of it.
Okay, who's ever Mike, can you mute yourself for a second, please, so we can hear Jasmine? I think it's you, Brian. Can somebody mute Brian for me?
Unmute the stage.
I'm good.
What in the hell? Thank you. All right. Welcome again, you guys. If you're down the stairs, please turn in your pink, yellow, I think it's pink or red ticket and join the 420 lounge. We're here mostly, oh my God, I'm embarrassed to say almost every day. I'm embarrassed to say that. That's kind of that's creepy in itself, right? Crashing out and talking about politics, like, you know, we're trying to save our lives. And we welcome you here. We thank you for joining us tonight on a Friday. And as my friend Bart used to say, you ain't got nowhere to be. So sit back, go get you something to drink, eat, smoke, inject, insert, and we'll try to keep this conversation relevant and informative and maybe a little bit spicy at times. So let's see. So this is Jasmine Crockett. And if CEO is still in here, there was a thing here I saw before I clicked on here. Is CEO still on the stage? CEO still on the stage?
No.
Oh, he's gone? Okay, so remember he was talking about AOC being the, he said there's some poll that said that AOC, look at I have to wear glasses now. This is starting to be crazy. Okay, he said AOC was leading in the polls as far as the front, to be our front runner. And I saw something else here posted by The Hill 11 hours ago. See, don't listen to these MAGAs at all when they're talking about democratic issues. It says from The Hill. Now, who are you gonna believe, The Hill or CEO?
Come on, what is it?
Jasmine Crockett leading in all Jasmine Crockett's leading all Dems in a hypothetical Senate primary race. Poll finds. Now, this is Jasmine Crockett.
What does it say? What's going on? Say that again. Oh, Jasmine Crockett is leading.
Right. Primary race polls fine. So let me do this one on the other one because she was talking about Donald Trump as a.
You got a clip?
Yeah, it's a short one.
Okay, sure. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
You're welcome.
Let's go. We sound like Belly. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. All right, hold on, y'all. Commercial.
I don't even know how you're still awake with her.
I know another story that is originating out of Texas, and that is the effort we are seeing on the part of state Republicans to engage in redistricting. It seems pretty clear based on the reporting. If you guys want to pull up the headline from the New York Times, this is from June 9th, about the fact that the White House is where this is coming from. They had been pushing Republicans in Texas to redistrict, hoping to blunt Democratic gains. The 4 seats that Greg Abbott wants to redraw look like they belong to Al Green, Sylvester Turner, Sylvia Garcia, Mark Vesey. Is this anything other than trying to change the rules of the game halfway through the game so you can win? Because you can't win on the merits? You said it real nice. They cheating. They are cheating. Say what it is, okay? Listen, if your policies are so popular, Mr. President, then trust that the American people are happy. And so you don't have to worry about the fact that the Democrats actually should have control of the House right now. The Republicans cheated in the state of North Carolina to make sure that they could get 3 pickups. And guess what? Ultimately, they ended up controlling the House by exactly 3 seats, because once they ended up controlling that Supreme Court, they redistricted. And unfortunately now they have 10 Republicans that are elected from the House, and they have 4 Democrats when it used to be 7-7. And when you looked at the election results, it was Donald Trump who barely won the state, but then it was Democrats that won the state on all the other state-wide elected positions, which tells you it's about a 50-50 state, which means that congressionally it should have been about 50-50. So the seats were correct before. Now, because he knows that if Democrats take control, regardless of how the American people feel about the Democrats right now, one thing we are going to do is we're going to block him That's the one thing I can tell you. If you give us control of the House, we will stop some of the pain that he is inflicting. We will stop some of the idiocy, and we will actually conduct some real oversight over this administration, which is paramount so that ultimately the American people can understand not only that Donald Trump is a failure and a fraud.
Y'all heard that part? Let me rewind. If we get control, y'all gotta get on boat. Y'all gotta do some work. We gotta get busy. I just stopped it for a minute because I'm gonna rewind it back a couple of seconds. This is what we need to be doing, y'all. This is what we need to be doing. Okay, here we go.
American people can understand not only that Donald Trump is a failure and a fraud, but understand the people that are his accomplices that are helping him to accomplish this. We are going to shed light on all the darkness that he is bringing on the United States. And I think that that is what we all should want for good governance. No matter how you affiliate yourself, you should want somebody that is going to keep it real with you and be honest with you and transparent. And tell you, if you give us control of the House, we will stop some of the pain that he is inflicting. We will stop some of the idiocy, and we will actually conduct some real oversight over this administration, which is paramount so that ultimately the American people can understand not only that Donald Trump is a failure and a fraud, but understand the people that are his accomplices that are helping him to accomplish this. We are going to shed light on all the darkness that he is bringing on the United States, and I think that that is what we all should want for good governance. No matter how you affiliate yourself, you should want somebody that is going to keep it real with you and be honest with you and transparent with you, and that is what you will get. So regardless of how much he tries to cheat, I am truly believing, just like nobody showed up for him for his little birthday parade, but the American people came out for free to let him know that there are no kings. I don't care what he tries to do. I'm truly believing that the American people are going to show him better than they can tell him. Congresswoman,
That's our, well, I might admit, that's one of our leaders, Jasmine. Say it like it is.
You're lowly.
Okay. I'm wrong?
No, you're low.
Oh, I'm sorry. Why am I low? What's going on here?
Yeah, you're big mouth.
Okay, yeah, I gotta go.
Child, I can hear you loud and clear.
I'm doing the
something wrong with
Amazon.
Scotty's ears. There ain't nothing wrong with your mic. There's something wrong.
Yeah, I can hear you too.
Well, okay,
It's
so Jasmine has now told us. Nah. Do you see how when I said Jasmine Crockett's name, that Lucifer said no? In the name of Jesus. In the name.
No. Thank you, Jesus. It's thank you, Jesus.
Wait, no, but just thank you for that ability, or in the I rebuke you in the name of which one is it?
No,
I
this is
don't
always
know.
just thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you,
Okay,
Jesus.
thank you, Jesus. Then thank you for big and small, but mostly big. But that's our girl. That's our girl, and we can play it again for Man Unbelievable if he wants us to listen to her speak the truth. And that's exactly what we need to do. We need to take back this house, you guys, and we need to get into this work. I'm not going to be marching in the street for too much unless you guys got some kind of plan where we need to be going door to door. We need to be having our own little micro town hall meetings, because you know what, First Lady, politically correct at 420, we should be really, really pushing this midterms, trying to educate this app, trying to get everybody motivated. Every room on this app should be about taking back the house for the left. Every single room, instead of, black women submit.
So what's the strategy, though?
Yeah.
See,
that's why I said we got to get up
here's the
here.
thing.
Let's work on it.
Here's the thing. All this evidence and all this, look at this, let me show you this, let me tell you that, and fighting, that's not getting to that. We're going to have to find another strategy. Maybe you and I can dialogue in the background, because I don't want to be dragged by the people, but we're going to have to find a different strategy. That ain't a strategy.
It's a fair statement, First Lady. We
What
need
you
to find
say?
a better strategy.
I agree. So let's.
Because evidence didn't work last time. And evidence is gonna not work now.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
And there's a Bible verse that said nothing's impossible. You know, I say I'm not sure.
Nothing's too hard for God.
Nothing's too hard for God. We got this right. Absolutely.
Ephesians 14. I can do all
Let me share my
things. The strength that's me. Go ahead.
Amen.
Right, so the strategy is what they're doing. If we get to a point where what's going on in this world right now and what everybody's seeing and all with these rains and ice and everything that's happening, if people still vote for this shit, then we have a huge problem in the country. So I don't think there's going to have to be a lot of strategy. I think that the damage that he's doing to the country, even this thing with the Epstein files, like all the stuff that they doing, all these things that we think are missteps, if people see it that way, then votes should change, regardless how they redistrict and gerrymander and all that stuff. That's got to be.
I don't see the tides changing though, Mike.
It's too early. Don't be discouraged.
Can somebody? I know. I agree. I wanna open that up a little bit more. Can somebody invite Man Difficulty up?
Will you stop? No, I'm not even gonna invite him because you're already insulting him.
No, I love him.
Right, but other people.
Oh, okay. Oh, let me tell you guys know. Let me tell you guys know. If you don't know by now, all these songs. Something's going on with me. There's a song, Infinity. You ought to know by now. How I feel about you. I would love to have you up.
Can I mention one brief news story?
Yes, that's right.
This is super brief, and I'm only bringing it up because I know most of you probably haven't seen it because it's definitely in my LGBT world. And I'm making it brief because this is only to indicate what they are doing with this administration in terms of changing and rewriting history. They have removed from the only federal website, the only federal park, which is the Stonewall National Monument, where several months ago when they first took office, they removed from the website any mention of trans people. Okay, so that happened a few months ago, as if trans people are not fully involved in the fight for LGBT equality. What they did today is they removed bisexual people from the same website. Oh. So I want you to notice how they are erasing slowly history from everywhere. The fact that bisexual people and trans people, which are a part of the LGBT community, are now not included is a hint and an indicator of what they are doing nationally everywhere. This is history books, this is everything. This is for black people, this is for immigrants, this is for anybody non-white, Christian, straight. Thank you. I will post the link.
Thank you for that, Scotty. So, yeah, just more evidence of the failure of this administration and the country going backwards quickly, swiftly. So we have gone through, there's so much stuff on this Bendino thing. What's this guy's name? I can't even, how do you pronounce it? Bambino? He is all over the place talking big trash about, Pam Bondi. Did I say Bundy? Okay, I'm talking about Pam, talking about these files, talking about how he's going to, him and his buddy, there's like at least 20 clips in a row about, how he's going to walk away from the administration if they don't come up. They either going to come up with this list or a CEO is right. This is all a fake ruse to just have everybody the other way. It's like, it's all, just everywhere.
If I can jump in there. So first of all, Scotty, I did see that story and it made me sick, and I saw that they did it right before Pride, so that's just disgusting. I have another update for you on terrible immigration stories if you want to hear it. It's from the same attorney who played. Should I play it for you?
Hold on for a second, because I was trying to see if we could get all of Jasmine's stuff taken care of, since we had such a blowout fight about it yesterday. Hold on for just a second. Yeah, when I go backwards, I can't find my clips either. All right, I have to. You can go ahead while I'm trying to find this Jasmine thing.
Welcome to the stage, Thomas.
Okay, here we go.
So it's official. If you are brown, you will be detained by ICE in this country. A U.S. disabled veteran was detained in the Camarillo ICE raids yesterday. It says so on his car that he's a disabled veteran. Yet they smashed his window and pepper sprayed him, and now they have him in custody, and his family doesn't know where he is. George Retes, 25 years old, U.S. citizen. But because he's brown, they rounded him up in the ICE raid. And his family doesn't know what to do. Nobody is safe in this country if ICE is allowed to detain anybody because of their skin color, or anybody without a warrant or due cause. This is a U.S. citizen that they now have in custody who's a disabled veteran, which means this person has fought for this country, and this is how they're treated.
Yeah, it's quite a moving story, and it's not very humanitarian how they're doing this whole thing, you know?
It's pretty horrible. And you see how fast it's happening? Like every 20 minutes we get another terrible story. This is just tonight. We're hanging out here listening to this.
And what do you know? See, I even ran for president of the United States of America, so I tried to save it, but it didn't work.
Well, Elle, let me just ask, so is this a reliable source? I mean, like...
Yeah, I'm going to tell you who she is. Yeah, she is, hang on one second, sorry. I've got to go back to her.
So it's official. Whoops. If you are brown, you will be...
She is, sorry. She is a district attorney in New York. She has many millions of followers, and she was a person who I had reporting from a little bit ago. I'm trying to get her name again.
Okay.
By ICE.
Very, very, completely legit.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
So they were saying yesterday, I'm sorry, sir, hold on for a second. They were saying 2 days ago, Debbie told me, it wasn't yesterday that we had the Jasmine Crockett crash out, but leave it to, I wish I could, I was trying to ping that guy in. I was trying to ping that guy in who has started all this, but he evidently, either he's off the app or whatever, I don't know. But anyway, but they seem to be freaking out about her for some reason. There's an article in here. I'm not going to play anymore. I just want us to chop it up for a minute. Jasmine Crockett's poll numbers in Texas have Republicans in full-fledged freak out. They talk about, wait, hold on, I need glasses for real. Fox News is sounding the alarm to Republicans about the danger that Jasmine Crockett possessed. Now, what do we? They out for this girl. I don't know they got so many fires lit. I can barely keep up with what's going on. But she and AOC are now the target, and but they're going more heavily after her because it seems like she has a bigger chance of, I don't know what. She says she's not running, right? Am I right? So I don't know why they still freaking out over Jasmine.
Well, they freaking out because she's saying the stuff that she be saying. So
and she does, right? And she does. And she's trying to figure out how they gonna work this.
And she is in a red state. She is in a very red state. So.
Yes, sis. We need to be praying for her.
That's what I was thinking. I hope she ain't bought no houses and put her dad on as her husband, because they going through her. They already went through her.
No, well, they probably going back through her. And hello?
You took that right out of my mouth, First Lady. Right out of my mouth.
With a fine-tooth comb. So. All right, guys. What else is on the menu for tonight? We done went over just about everything. Any other breaking news that we can talk about? Hey, man, Infinity, good to see you on the stage. What's up? What do you think about the big, beautiful mess? Did he leave? I think he left. Did he leave? What is going on with our MAGAs? We can't keep a MAGA here tonight. What?
He may not be feeling too.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry to hear that.
He cut out like Bongina.
What do you know, First Lady?
I know nothing. I was just given a possible situation.
I don't know. Something more to this. There's something going on. They ain't including me in the photo.
Oh no, I know nothing. I was just saying maybe he's not feeling well because he hasn't really been speaking. You know,
he hasn't been. Yeah, that's true. And maybe you realize
but at least he did come to the stage.
Bomb. Yeah.
Hey, Lisa, I posted a... Oh, my bad, First Lady. I posted a link. Lisa, First Lady Plus, my bad. Lisa, I posted a link, and I think it's a funny recap of the week news that maybe will add some levity, but also some seriousness to the facts that are going on with the administration. So I don't know if you want to play it or can play it, or you want me to back channel it to you.
I can't pull anything. God, everybody, all the technical people are missing off the stage.
I can play it for you if you need it, Scotty.
Oh, okay. I posted in the chat. It's just like a funny recap from Trey Crowder.
I just posted in the chat.
Deal with it, please.
Scotty, I saw a clip of you on the New York Post.
No, you didn't.
Out fighting. Yeah, I did. Fighting for a parking space.
Oh, fighting for it. Yeah, that was
Did you see that, bro?
Did he have a bagel in his right hand? If he didn't have a bagel in his right hand, it wasn't him.
He didn't have one side mirror because of the Knicks winning.
That's
right. The lady is sitting in a chair. This is how we do it in New York. You hold the parking space for about 6 hours while your mama at work. So you go outside and bring a couple of chairs from the living room. Y'all sit up there and play chess or spades or barbecue some shit or whatever until mama gets home. And she can park in front of the building.
All right, here's Scotty's post, and I've got a song for the room if you'll allow me that I think is relevant. But here we go with Scotty.
Sweet. First, the horrible flooding in Texas, about which both sides have their arguments. You know, on the left, they say, is it possible these catastrophes are happening more often, at least part because of our insistence on violently sodomizing the environment, and further, that reckless custody government can only serve to make us less equipped to deal with them? And on the right, they said, what kind of woke bullshit is that? Obviously, the Jews use their secret weather machine to flood Texas and make Trump look bad. Idiot. So it's tough to know who to believe there, you know? I mean, it's hard to say with certainty that Trump's policies directly contributed to this situation, but I mean, when scientists have warned us for years that things like this would happen more and more, and meteorologists have warned us for months that Trump's cuts would make it harder for us to handle them when they do, then I mean, it's like they say, if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, then it's probably evil Jew magic. According to Marjorie Taylor Greene, anyway. And speaking of eschewing the inconvenience of reality in favor of the warm embrace of fanciful anti-Semitism, this week Elon accidentally turned his AI into a robo-Nazi, so that's fun. For a while now, right-wing thought leaders like Cat Turd have complained that Grok was compromised by wokeness due to the chatbot's annoying habit of saying things that were true. So finally, Elon stepped in and said, we've reprogrammed Grok to ignore any inherently liberal inputs like well-sourced journalism, and he should now more accurately reflect our modern conservative values. Then, like 3 hours later, Grok was hiling Hitler and fantasizing about sodomizing dissenters. I'd say they nailed it. That wasn't the only comically over-the-top illustration of how wrong and dumb MAGA is about stuff that we got this week. For years now, MAGA has told us that Daddy Trump was going to blow the Epstein thing wide open, finally expose the Clinton-led cabal of shadowy liberal elite pedophiles and bring them to justice once and for all. And we all said, probably not. I mean, you've seen how much Trump pops up in the flight logs and pictures of Epstein. He's like the Where's Waldo of perverts. And they said, well, I don't like that, and so it's not real. And then this week, Trump's DOJ came out and said, it's over, he killed himself, there's no list, there's nothing to see here. And Trump is treating the whole thing like Ted Cruz treats a Texas tragedy, just staying as far away from it as possible. Who'd have thunk it? Me. I'd have thunk it. Y'all to thunk it. Basically, anybody who thinks probably would have thunk it. But MAGA, though, they're reeling from this, and I'm not saying they're wrong about there being more to the Epstein thing. I'm sure there is. It's just the idea that Donald Trump was ever going to do anything about it, rather than being an active participant, was asinine. It's just another example of the universe slapping MAGA across the face and screaming at them to wake up to what's actually happening here. But alas, being woke is gay. They so prefer the comfort of their shared dream world, and that would be totally fine if the forces who operate their little MAGA matrix weren't burning the real world down in the process, but they are, and so on we fight. Love y'all.
Thank you,
Who was that speaking?
Trey Crowder.
It sounds like bars.
Totally great, Scotty. Love that.
Yeah, that's country. That's what's up.
It did sound like a coherent bar.
That was
I
fun.
appreciate
Yeah,
that.
that does
Thank
sound
you.
like bars, right? Totally like
But
bars.
human. But human.
Exactly. I was like, that's Barf. But, you know, Barf don't have it together that tight, so it's not Barf,
Bart's
but it was
a
a good.
redneck Musk, in my opinion.
Are you
But
saying
this
Bart
person-
Simpson?
No, this is coming from, I forgot what room that was. Was that Debate the News? Yeah, Debate the News. Barth, he's, well, no, Barf or Bart? I don't know. Thank you for that. That was like really cool.
Yeah, it was good. It was concise. It was funny, and it gave the news of the week. So I thought that was cool.
I like the way
Yeah,
he
we should-
closed that. What did he say? And onward we fight? What did he?
He didn't say onward we fight. Yeah, something like that, but he said that.
Like that.
Oh,
So if you
Lord
could
Jesus.
allow one song, an old one came to mind that I think fits the mood tonight and the topic tonight. Are you up for one quick song?
Not yet. Well, yeah,
Okay.
we gotta go to the flood.
All right, I'll try to stay.
Oh, okay. We gotta go to the flood. I know we have people here from Texas in the room, but does anybody know where they're at with? Last time we checked, it was 161 missing, and I have to pull up the whole thing because I don't remember, and that's pretty sad that I don't remember. Anybody got the numbers on the flood
Well,
updated?
I know that FEMA did not return over 2,000 phone calls because there wasn't anybody to return.
Yeah, that was the New York Times story I posted earlier.
Oh, okay. So what is the count though, Scotty? Do you know? I'm trying to play that right now.
I don't. You know what? I'll have to look.
Yeah,
Let me whip out my New York Times app. All right, no paywall. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, because I can't, but nothing else. Oh, and is Dap still on the stage?
No.
Dap,
He's not here. Oh, I'm sorry. There you
Oh, Richard, Scotty, I got it. You got it?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Wait, hold on. I just want to, first, and then Dap, you need to tell us about, I can't put this up in the Jumbotron, about what's going on for Sunday. Y'all remember, let's make sure we do that for Sunday. Go ahead, Scotty, if we got that from the New York Times, and then we're going to talk about.
No, go ahead, Al. I don't.
Yeah, it's 121 right now.
121 confirmed dead.
Yeah.
And then they had, is it still 161 missing?
That I didn't look for. I just grabbed how many were dead right now, confirmed dead.
Okay, let me see.
I'm looking at the number 129 confirmed fatalities with 170 people missing. And this is from Wikipedia. I don't know if that's correct, but that's what they're reporting on Wikipedia.
And is FEMA? I guess I have to pull this up because we haven't talked about it in this room. You guys probably talked about it someplace else. So, and FEMA is not answering phone calls. You guys said, or they're not there.
That said 2,000 phone calls.
Yeah, so it said, 2 days after the deadly Texas flood, the agency struggled to answer calls from survivors because the call center contracts that weren't not extended. Shout out to Doge.
So, to that point, did anybody see the State Department situation today? Where they were able to move forward, like letting go of, I can't remember how many people, it was 1,300 people that So as far as for diplomacy, right, like just so everything, and even with things, some of the people that got let go are in charge of things like domestic policies, that look at sort of like human rights. And did anybody see Stacey Abrams? It was like she took the thing from a Princeton professor, but the 10 steps to autocracy. Did anybody watch that or see that? That was like sort of prevalent earlier this week. Bueller?
No.
I saw that. That would be worth playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be worth playing because they're playing it out to a T. So like all this stuff is like it's confusion. It's like taking people out. Like when this stuff with FEMA, with like the National Ocean and with the Atmospheric Administration, all the stuff that they're doing is just to remove people that know how to run the government. It's a confusion thing, but they literally broke down 10 steps. Even with these ICE raids, I watched that post in the Telegram today. I don't know if anybody saw, but a black man in ICE gear, like taking a crying Latino man and pulling him out of like a doctor's office or whatever, and then him and then like another white guy, bigger white guy comes at the end, but these two guys, but the fact that there's a nigga, instead of saying excuse my language or whatever, because that's what he is, of working in a fucking ICE outfit, up there pulling somebody out of a day. We're in crazy times, but I'm just saying that to say that all this stuff, it's like, so we're dealing with Texas, right, and all this stuff, and then Jasmine Crockett, and then like meanwhile over here, the Supreme Court is like allowing these sort of government cuts to happen where they were getting stopped in some of the lower courts. So they've removed that. There's just a lot of shit going on. The House of Representatives is it for us. And I do have one question. Excuse me for this rant, but what for the people from California, and I just need to understand because I do think he's probably the best candidate. What's wrong with Gavin Newsom? Like as far as for being our next president? Because here's what I'm saying. Gavin Newsom is white. He's a good-looking person, and we gonna need somebody. And he's starting to sort of pull away from like some of the leftist stuff and come more like to like left of center. So can somebody explain to me? And he's also fighting against Trump, and he's using social media. He's basically fighting like we're in idiocracy now. So if anybody saw that Mike Judge movie, he's like we're as a country we're dumb as fuck. Even the story that the man just mentioned about we're looking at Epstein files that like all this crap we've seen like 50 pictures of Donald Trump. I just looked at the collage today with like literally I'd say about 16 pictures of Trump and Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell and all these people together. So we're saying that Trump wasn't on it, and they're telling us to our face, they're just lying to it. So I'm saying we're in a dumb time now where people believe this shit. So what's wrong with Gavin Newsom in 2028? Can somebody explain to me?
What was it? Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say just on the basic stuff as a non-Californian. First of all, he's very. I mean, he was up even though he beat the recall in California. There was a lot of animosity against him from a lot of people in the state. There's a lot of things that people don't like about him in the Democratic Party. However, he's also from a very blue state, California. So in terms of having somebody from a coastal blue state, in terms of winning the whole country, that's a negative against him as well. And I think he's just been out in the public eye, and he's been a lightning rod for a lot of people, both within the Democratic Party, but also the Republican Party for many, many years at this point. So I think all of that goes against him, which is not taking away from a lot of what is impressive about him. So that's just my submission.
Yeah, if you're going to use the analogy idiocracy, I think Newsom's like a white Terry Crews, like in that role, because his corruption runs just as any other past politician, and that's why he's untrustworthy to many. And I know I'm not speaking for just myself when I say that. He lies constantly, and if we were going to attack issues directly, there was the PG&E bailout campaign donations. A new book alleges that Newsom facilitated a legislative bailout for PG&E, which had donated heavily to his campaigns. So that to me tells me you're working with the wildfires, you're strategically picking out areas to smoke out, quite literally, poor folks. The high-speed rail probe, federal investigations are reportedly underway into corruption, mismanagement of funds of the California high-speed rail project. So probably hard blocking that because you're embezzling. Number 2, potential tax evasion, same shit with the other thing. And then there's been a lot of controversy about him being not transparent, and proof of this by having burner phones. It emerged that since November, Newsom's office had distributed burner phones to about 100 CEOs, funded by the California Protocol Foundation. Critics argue this strikes at transparency and appears to serve private donor interests rather than the public accountability. So that's just off ChatGPT.
And that's understandable. I guess when we look at like the